Yo people, welcome back to On Track GP Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and I'm joined by Sam and Joe. Big up your damn selves. This is a big race, boys. I'm buzzing. I'm not going to lie. I have no idea what we're going to say for predictions, what we're going to think and feel for, obviously, the lineup when we get up to the starting grid. Obviously, qualifying we have to reflect on, but how are you two, first of all? How are you feeling? Joe, especially you in that Ferrari gear.
Man.
You're ready for the day.
I can't stop smiling, honestly. Since quali yesterday, with Max starting back in 15th, Charles starting from 12th. We're going to see two quick drivers making their way through. We're going to see so many overtakes today. So many. I can't remember genuinely the last time I was this excited about a race. I think it's going to be mega today. Yeah, mega.
There's a lot of overtakes, and it's one of the fastest tracks on the grid, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, talk to me, Sam. How are you feeling in terms of like expectations for Red Bull? Obviously, very quick team, but Max starting all the way in 15th. We know Leclerc took a 10 place penalty as well. There's going to be a lot of overtaking, isn't it? It's going to be
definitely.
crazy.
I think like qualifying yesterday was the best result for neutral, really. Like having Max qualify in 15th for those problems, which you presume will be fixed today. Like, but just seeing him lower down the grid, like if he was at the front, it'd probably be a bit boring, like it was in Bahrain, where he's off in the distance.
We didn't even see him.
No, but I think we'll see a lot more of him today, hopefully. So yeah. I think, a good race. Looking forward to it, like Joe said.
100%. Guys in the chat as well, make sure you look at the link in the comments as well. Obviously, the fantasy F1 game that we're playing. And on top of that as well, I mean, when you take a look at... We have to talk about qualifying to start with, don't we? What was that? Like, genuinely, what was that? Because, you know, sometimes you think to yourself, qualifying, you talk about it, you know, to yourself, and you think, okay, I've got everything listed out. I know exactly what I feel and think's going to happen. We did the preview. Red Bull are the quickest team. Perez obviously starts up front, so that makes sense. But then Verstappen 15th with an engine problem, was it in the end?
Yeah, it's a transmission, I believe. Yeah,
transmission.
So if you wanted to.
But that doesn't take away from my confidence for Verstappen. I don't know what it is. I saw people even leaving comments in social media saying, you know what, just make him start from the pit lane. let's have him start from the pit lane. The first driver ever to start from the pit lane and win a race. That's how confident they are in Verstappen in his pace. But does this change the dynamic of the race for you in terms of maybe Red Bull's strategy and Perez maybe getting that favorite? I don't think he's ever going to get the favoritism, but is he going to get maybe some preference on strategy?
Maybe, yeah. Obviously, he's like the go-to driver, so he'll get the lead strategy. But I think the Red Bull car is so dominant that they don't really need to be that too strategic. Like they can just be essentially just say go out there, drive really fast, and win the race. Right? That's all they need to say at the moment. Their car's that good. But I think Verstappen being down in P15, like obviously you expect him to get. I can guess within like the first 2 laps, he's probably going to be up to like 7th or 8th. I reckon he can blitz through that upper midfield. But yeah, I think it's still just very exciting. Like, I can't really wait for it to get going.
Yeah, if it was the other way round and Perez was starting 15th, Red Bull wouldn't even be thinking about him. They'd be massively prioritising Max. It'll be interesting to see if they do the reverse. I actually don't think they will. I don't think they'll give Perez the attention, frankly, that he deserves for starting on pole position today. I think for them it's still going to be. I think for them it's still going to be. Look, they'll never come out and say that, but I think for them deep down it's all going to be about Max.
Yeah, that's insane though, because obviously Constructors' Championship, he's in the best position today to take maximum points. He's literally leading from pole. He's a great driver. Yeah, I've always felt that about Perez. It's a great opportunity. It's a street track. We've seen him do very well at Monaco, win his race there. So I actually think Perez today is an opportunity to make a statement. I said it in the preview. I was talking about Perez and his desire to maybe want to win a world championship one day, or at least kind of put his elbows out a little bit more in his team and say, you know what, I'm not asking to be first driver, but can I at least get some more...
When I get my chances,
when I get my chances, can I really go and actually go will to will with Max? Because we saw so many great title fights, especially in a dominant team that are 1-2. To keep the sport entertaining, we kind of need some will to will racing and not just team orders. Also, we got a game as well that we'll be playing. We started it last Grand Prix. Now we've taken it up a level.
Oh, man.
We got boards, guys. We got boards, okay? So what's going to be happening?
I've lost my... Oh, no.
You've lost your pen already.
No,
we're not going to be very quick.
Man, we need to be good in year 3. You know, when the teacher's like, well, what's 3 plus 3? And I'm like, 6!
We've got these boards and we've got these pens, and what we're going to be doing is when obviously the cars come into the pit lane, we're going to be trying to guess the pit stop time. We did it last race, but we were just guessing out loud. Now we're going to try and tally it And it's a fun game that you guys can play as well with us. And to be fair, it's really challenging.
You're the only person that got a point last time, to be
Yeah,
fair. You called I think you called like a 2-2 on an Aston Martin or something. And I was like, oh, fair play, Matisse.
I take a lot of pride in it. I feel like if you can guess the absolute millisecond, then you're not far from being able to maybe work in an F1 team.
I think so, yeah. That's the test they do to get in. Like, Hamilton's just
literally, can you guess the pit stop time? Yes? Well,
That's
okay, you understand. It's a feeling. I don't think it's something that you can think about too much. You just feel.
I'd like to get one today.
I'd like 2-3 feels like.
Yeah. No, I'd like to get one right today, because the thing is, if I do it at home, I feel like I get 4 right a race. Yeah. Come on for a live and go, look, I look like an idiot.
The pressure's on. But let's go through it. Obviously, Perez will lead from the front. Alonso second. Really big opportunity again for Aston Martin. Brilliant.
Massive.
Stroll as well, obviously doubling up in 5th, but Russell in the podium positions as well. Sainz, your boy.
And my boy Sainz.
Your boy in 4th. Obviously, Leclerc took that penalty, so he, again, a big opportunity. Should we talk about that dynamic a little bit? Because we know Alonso is it's weird. He's the lead of that team by stature, by history, and by ability. But obviously, Stroll being the son, there's always going to be an interesting dynamic there. But for Ferrari, how do you feel, I guess, about Sainz being in 4th, Leclerc, that 10th place penalty? This is an opportunity again for him to really stamp his authority, because his seat feels more under pressure for me, despite the fact that obviously Leclerc DNF last race.
Yeah, big time. Is it 5th he's starting in, or 4th?
Starting in 4th, yeah.
Sainz in 4th.
Yeah,
Sainz in 4th. Starting in 4th. I think, and
down in 12th.
Charles starting in 12th.
Yeah.
I mean, today, when we've talked about this a fair bit, right? With Ferrari actively not saying we don't have a first driver. If today Charles finishes above Carlos, assuming that there's no mechanical errors or a crash or whatever, if Charles finishes above Carlos, with Carlos starting 4th and Charles starting 12th, Ferrari will have to say we have a first driver. It would be inexcusable today if Carlos does not finish above Charles. And we've talked a lot about him having a very poor start to the season. I thought qualifying yesterday, he needed to be quicker. He needs to be the 4th quickest car out there, minimum.
Because if they're going to go for constructors with Red Bull, they need him to sometimes pit.
Yeah,
Perez.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, 100%. He needs and winning races, and he doesn't look there yet. So today could be a bit of a sort of make or break for Carlos. I think I'd love to see him get himself, up nice and quickly. Obviously, starting on the 2nd row, if he can get ahead of George early on into that first turn, that could make things interesting. So I'd love him to have a good race, and he needs to have a good race today.
Yeah, 100%. Sam, I want to ask you about Russell, because he's in 3rd, and it's an interesting one with his W14 and even the W13. We were speaking about just before we went live. Is that Russell's finding more consistency in this car than Hamilton. He seems more comfortable, more consistent results. He was kind of just getting 5th every single race last year consecutively. Russell in 3rd, Hamilton all the way down in 7th, who literally spoke out and said, not really liking the car, still not comfortable. His post qualifying interview doesn't really sound very optimistic for the race. He's just saying, I'm going to give it my best shot. How do you feel about this dynamic as well? Because we kind of spoke about, 1 and 2s and Red Bull having, Verstappen clearly as a number 1. Obviously, Hamilton is the number 1 at Mercedes, but Russell coming in over a Bottas is a more competitive environment, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think Russell had like the perfect education, because he went to Williams and he was driving this car which wasn't good. Everyone knew it wasn't good, but he was still managed to get some results out of it. Like, obviously he had that Spa where he got P2, but it rained the whole time. We didn't actually race at all. But he's had this practice of, how do I maximise performance out of a car that's just not doing very well? And weirdly, you wouldn't expect it when he moved to Mercedes, but that turned out to be the perfect background work. Suddenly he knew how to get the most out of this car. And it happened last year. He's had a much better start. Hamilton improved over the course of the season, but it's happening again so far this year. The fact that he's able to put it up there is quite remarkable, really, considering how much the performance is. We'll see what it's like during the race. They obviously didn't have they had good quality pace yesterday, but they're not overly that great. But we saw in Bahrain that he got pretty easily overtaken by Alonso. I know Alonso starts ahead today, so there's going to be a lot of quick cars behind us, basically what I'm trying to say in a lot of words. So yeah, I think in terms of that dynamic, it's a tricky one for them, because obviously they want to keep Hamilton happy, but if he's not going to be challenging up high up the grid, there's no reason to annoy Russell. He's quite clearly their future, because he's much younger than Lewis is. But yeah, I think he's doing excellently well, considering this probably isn't what he signed up for when he moved to Mercedes. To have this as his guy. He thought he'd be challenging for race wins and possibly championships, but at best he's challenging for podiums now. But that's not to discredit his ability now.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing for Hamilton is obviously there's this constant rumbling of, will he stay, will he go? He's obviously got a lot of stock in Mercedes in terms of the future and ambassador roles and obviously charity work as well. But that frustration of, is this car really going to kick on? Are they going to bring in, the second version of the W14? Or is it even going to be a double W15? When I was looking at some of the analysis that they were doing in terms of the amount of things they're going to change alongside the side pods, it changed a lot of the car, the front, the back, the wing. It's like, it's such a deep problem. It's not just to take the side pods or make that change and then the rest of the car will be fine. And that's not even an automatic guarantee that everything's going to be okay if they make that change. How long do you think it's going to take for the wheels to fall off, do you think, if they don't start getting results, like serious results? Because they can't be the fourth fastest team on track, which is basically, from what I'm seeing, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, I think we had the biggest indication yet that it's not going well. Like, we all presumed that before this season, Hamilton was going to sign a new deal during the winter break. Winter break came and went, nothing was happening. They sort of said, he was on holiday, whatever. But now we're coming to the second race and there's still no sign of a deal. Like, I think Toto Wolff's words were really interesting on Friday whenever he spoke. He said he admitted that they can have Hamilton misperforming for like 1 or 2 years before he's going to start looking at other teams. Like, he's not going to stick around. He's 37, 38. He wants to win that 8th World Championship. He's not like George. He doesn't have time on his side. Like, he has to sort of make a move if he wants to win. I still don't think it's realistic for him to leave Mercedes, but I think this is definitely the worst period his and Toto's relationship. Maybe during 2016, but that was for entirely different reasons. At least they were competitive and winning. But this time around, I think there is that bit of a strain for this. What you'd say is probably the strongest relationship on the grid between driver and team boss. But I think the more this goes on, the more frustrated Hamilton gets, the more downbeat he looks. Like, that's either going to end in a retirement for Hamilton, or he's going to. I still don't think he would, but he could move somewhere else. Yeah,
obviously Christian Horner went 7 seasons without a world championship, isn't it? So it's a lot of patience and kind of self-belief, and that's something that Toto is probably going to have to show. When we go to the rest of the top 10, obviously Stroll in 5th. He's still got that wrist injury? Is he kind of recovered from that now?
I don't think it's 100%. I think he's still a little bit. He's better than he was in Bahrain, sure, but I mean, it's only 3 or 4 weeks since he had the accident. Like, there's still a quick turnaround to fix 2 broken wrists and a broken toe.
How did he race?
That was
unbelievable.
When it first happened, you start thinking, is he going to be out till Australia? Or
It's weird because I don't know how to judge him then. Like, if this is his position when he's got that slight niggle, can he actually move up with Alonso closer, if anything? Who knows?
God.
It's an interesting one. Obviously, Ocon and Alpine in 6th, Mercedes, like we said, with Hamilton in 7th, Piastri in 8th, top 10 finish.
Yeah, wow.
Let's talk about Piastri because his friend Norris is down in 19th.
Yeah, 11th place.
That's a flip. Do you know what I mean? Because Piastri didn't finish the race as well in Bahrain. But for the rookie, that's a great finish, isn't it? Top 10. Is that kind of where you need him to be if you're looking at McLaren?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, they had an absolute horror show in Bahrain 2 weeks ago. And I think he's had a really good qualifying session. Obviously starting an extra place above where he qualified because of Charles. But I actually still don't feel optimistic for McLaren at all today. I think they've still got a hell of a long way to go. I think if he could get 1 point today, that would be a really good step forward for McLaren. But if I'm completely honest, I really don't. I know. Considering that last year Norris was absolutely best of the rest, just regularly getting in that sort of seventh place, seventh place, or if one of them dropped out 6th. I don't think he'll have, particularly on such a tricky circuit. Now, bear in mind he did win here in F2, so he does know the circuit, and it's a circuit that suits him. These cars are a lot quicker. The guys are obviously very experienced as well. I don't feel that, and I don't think the McLaren car is good enough. That's the other thing. I don't think they'll get a point today.
Yeah. Wow.
I would just say, I think Joe's right that Piastri's record at this track is ridiculous. Like, he's won there in F2. Like, he just seems to know this track really well. Like, and I think that's why he did so well in qualifying.
Yeah.
Like, it's able to, for some reason, he's able to get the best out of this track when others maybe not. And if we think it's probably one of the harder tracks on the grid in terms of the amount you can make an error and not end up in the wall. So yeah, I think that's going to play in his hand. But yeah, I think the McLaren ultimately isn't as quick as the cars ahead of him, and it's just going to be a job of how does he defend from behind, really.
Yeah. Gasly as well in 9th.
Your favourite guy?
Both the Alpines in the top 10.
Yeah.
After, I mean, he had to come from far back in Bahrain, so he's in a lot stronger position this week. And Hülkenberg making up the top 10 and Haas looking pretty quick as well.
Yeah.
And we spoke about Haas and the experience that he can bring and maybe just keep them steady, and Magnussen in 13th. So it's not the worst position for Haas. Leclerc, we spoke about, a lot of overtaking to do in 12th. Verstappen in 15th, a lot of overtaking to do. Bottas in 14th, old rivalry potentially.
Yeah, I love
Mercedes
that.
driver.
I'm really excited about that. I think Bottas will have the bit between his teeth early on and want to show that he can make something happen with this Alfa Romeo. And he will not want Max to just fly past him as soon as lights out. He'll absolutely want to be putting up a fight there. And I'd love to see a bit of the Valtteri Bottas evolve, you know, playing that role of holding people up, like how Perez does in that Red Bull. I think maybe, you know, getting a bit ahead of myself as I sometimes do, but I'd like to see a bit of a fight, at least for a lap or two between them. He needs to try and hold Max back. We know the car's incredibly quick and quick at lights out. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Can I do a bold prediction in complete opposite to that?
Yeah.
I think he's done him by turn 3. I think turn 3 at the maximum. I think Max will be past him. Maybe even turn 1. I'm saying Max will be off the line before Bottas.
He will.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be nice if they battled for.
This is the thing with Max. He can be in 15th, and I still don't really change my mindset with what I think is going to happen with him. I think he's going to relish the challenge. He's like, do you know what? I'm in the quickest car. He's going to believe he's the best driver, and he's every right to believe that with the performances he's putting in. He just sees it as a more slightly interesting day.
Yeah.
That's all it is to him. You know what I mean? So
they're on slightly different rows, aren't they? So Bottas will be
slightly ahead.
They won't be on the same rows, but so we'll have a little bit more. Clutching at straws, aren't I?
You're trying to navigate what's going to happen in turn 1.
I'm going to you know, they like practice through the turns. I'm doing a Bottas.
Obviously, Albon, De Vries, Norris, Sargent, all towards the bottom, Tsunoda as well. I have to ask this question as well, and this is completely off track. I've just thought of this in my head. 4 teams, I think, powered by Mercedes engine. Williams, McLaren, Aston Martin, and obviously the head team, Mercedes. Is that, 1, healthy for the sport, and 2, with Mercedes struggling, the head team like this, is there any cause for concern around those other feeder teams maybe to look at other engine, you know, and maybe branch off into their own manufacturer and try and actually, you know, overhaul them and overstep them? Because for me, if you're going to be everybody on that path, obviously we're looking back to the years of domination. Everybody obviously would like to be a Mercedes team, but now there's not really any reason to kind of worship them, is there?
Yeah, I think engine's always interesting. I think 2026, all these changes, I think we will see a lot of teams move. I think McLaren is sort of openly shopping around now.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the Mercedes engine is like the best thing about it. It's reliable compared to other engines we've seen, especially Ferrari. But sorry again, it's just gonna be like that.
I'm used to it.
But yeah, I think there's always these interesting things. But if we think it's one thing to be an F1 team, but it's just another level of expense to be an F1 engine supplier. Like Red Bull are taking on this thing, and it's like 4 years in development, and they're still not truly independent until 2026. But I think the likes of Williams also get so many benefits from having that partnership with Mercedes. Like, they wouldn't have got Russell without that Mercedes partnership. So there's other benefits as well to not being... And then also Aston Martin used Mercedes as wind tunnel, so that's obviously a good relationship between the two of them. So there's other elements that come with it. Obviously, a lot of them be now looking at the Red Bull powertrain, thinking that's a great engine. Maybe we'll go to that. And also Honda want to come back in 2026. So whether someone like McLaren wants to essentially become a Honda works team and have their own supply of engines, that might be another thing. But yeah, I think when 2026 comes in, also we've got Audi as well. I can't forget Audi coming in.
Yeah,
so like,
Audi's another one.
See what's happened with them. But I think
will Audi do their own engine?
Yeah, they've said they will. Yeah,
so
Sauber, they're buying Sauber's Alfa Romeo now.
Okay.
And then, but they're coming in as an engine supplier as well.
Wow.
So there's a lot of change in that year, to be fair. So it's going to be quite interesting of who goes where. But I think for the next few years, it'll be quite stable. I think even if the Mercedes engine isn't... I mean, to be fair, I don't think the engine's the problem, really, with Mercedes. Like, if we see it, it's in the Aston Martin, and that's flying at the track.
Exactly,
it's more the design of the car itself. So I think they'll stay with Merc for the next few years at least.
Okay, it's an interesting one. We'll see how it develops. Obviously, De Vries had a spin in the opening minutes of Q1. We saw Norris clip the wall at turned 27 as well. Sargent spun at 22. I mean, I can smell a crash today.
Yeah.
I can smell a crash. I can smell complication. I can smell disaster.
Yeah.
Latifi, we miss you. I can just see a red flag or some sort of safety car, and I can see a bunching up, and I can see a great race. It's going to be high speed. Obviously, some engines stronger than others. Red Bull, we expect them to leap through with Verstappen, but this is a good opportunity to see some good defensive work as well.
Definitely.
This is a question on the spot for you, Joe, but if you're looking at Verstappen moving through that midfield and you're moving through that pack, who do you think poses maybe the most difficult to pass?
One main thing will be how quickly can Charles get through the pack. So it's whether if Charles can keep the same amount of keep the gap between him and Max, still 3 cars, then that'll be very, very, that's important for Charles. Who poses a threat to him? Hamilton.
Yeah.
Once he gets up there early on, I don't think the only one would be Charles in that back 5 between 10 and 15. But I think Charles will get away quicker. I think both Alpines are capable of doing a job in Gasly and Ocon, of holding him up a little bit. Realistically, not for very long. I don't think anybody's capable of holding him up for very long. I don't think Perez is capable of holding him up for very long, and he's in the same car. So it's a worry. It's a worry for everyone. The most, I think the best thing about this race is just that we're going to see so many overtakes today. It's such a quick track. It's such a scary track for drivers. We're going to see a lot of people holding their bottle or bottling out early braking, or trying to go late braking and then potentially going into the wall. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I can't tell you how excited I am. This is going to be unbelievable.
It is. I remember last season, because Alpine were really giving Mercedes problems in terms of overtaking. I can't remember exactly what race it was, but I just remember Alpine being a thorn in their side.
I think it was Monaco, where
Might have
it
been,
was just a brick wall.
Just Alpine wall.
Red.
And it's just, very difficult to pass. Going into the comments, this comment says, I think this race is still open regardless of the positions at the beginning. There will be 100% a safety car, if not a red flag. We saw many drivers struggling, which kind of alluded to there in qualifying as well. We need to question... Wow, this is a big comment. We need to question Hamilton's GOAT status, not really doing the business without having the best car on the grid. I always see this. And I now want to pose it to you guys. What do you feel about that conversation? Like, was he even the GOAT in the beginning?
Yes.
Is this an asterisk with him in terms of the car is now not the best on track, and people will say, okay, well then why are you not giving us Russell's?
The memory is too short, I think. We forget Schumacher got 7, retired, then came back and didn't do the same thing, and people don't question that. It's only because it's happening right now, and I actually do think I do believe that he's capable of getting that 8th. I hope he goes and gets that 8th. It'd be amazing for the sport. Just because he's having a couple of bad years in a tough car, doesn't take away anything from what he's achieved in the sport.
Short memory indeed. When I come and defend Hamilton, I say go and look at his McLaren days. Go and see him racing up against Alonso,
100%.
racing against some of these greats. Like in some of his youngest years, it wasn't easy. But
no, I think the GOAT status is.
If I get onto a rant, it ain't gonna go well. So.
Also, there's one thing saying he's not in the best car, but it's not even like he's in the second best car. Like this car is
potentially,
like So like Schumacher in his early Mercedes days wasn't challenging for world titles. Sorry, later days. So not later days when he retired. But yeah, that's sort of a similar situation to Hamilton finds himself in.
Let's go to the predictions.
Let's do this.
How are we gonna do this? Because I'm going to start. Who wants to start? Anybody brave enough, first of all? Because I ain't.
I think Matt's going to win again.
Oh, no.
Really boring, but
No, I don't
give me your
believe
top
it.
3. Give me your top 3.
No way.
Because Max, Perez second. Who am I going to put third? Alonso. Let's go third Alonso again. I think you'll do all right.
Third Alonso. Joe, what are you thinking?
Perez from pole. I think Alonso can hold on to second. And you know what?
Oh, God.
I'm wearing the jacket. Carlos Sainz third. Thinking with my heart a bit there, aren't I? I think there's going to be enough. Like, we never want to see bad, crashes like Joe's crash last year. But for this sort of race, it would be good to see virtuals, safety cars, and red flag 100% to keep things mixing up, and that's just going to make this race even more exciting.
And I want to see strategy. I want to see some strategy as well from the teams. I want to see how rusty they are, because we saw some of the pit stops in maybe Bahrain were a little bit rusty, maybe. And it's time to get those little, cobwebs, dust them off. I'm going to go over Perez win. He's at the front. He's in a Red Bull. I feel like, I know people will say that Verstappen is obviously the favourite driver, but I feel like the pressure's on Perez today, because you are leading and you are in that Red Bull, and it's from what I know, is just as quick as Max's car. There is no favoritism in terms of the car, right? So I have to go over Perez win unless some sort of massive driver error or, you know, technical error fault comes in. Then it's tough. I think Verstappen, will be in second.
Oh my God, guys, come on.
He's too quick.
Come on. No.
And do you know what? It's
Not on
this
the
track.
podium.
If it was Monaco, hey, we'd be laughing right now. But it's not. It is a quick track. There's a lot of space. How many DRS zones did you guys say? Three. Come on now.
Yeah.
3 DRS zones. You expect me? Max will be in the top 10 within the first 2 laps. Do you know what I mean? Then after that, it's just plain sailing from there.
God.
I'm sorry to break your heart, Joe, but 3 DRS zones is a joke.
Thing is, if I'm thinking with my, I like to think with my heart rather than my head. If I'm thinking with my head, Max is probably going to come on the podium, and that's my honest prediction.
My heart's already broken because Hamilton's down in 7th, so
Yeah.
I have no time for my heart now. It's my head only.
No,
my heart was already broken yesterday. If we're talking about the football,
But George Russell started just at the front of the second row. You know, he's got as good a chance as a better chance than Sainz in
that
theory.
straight line
of
speed,
getting on
that
the podium.
Mercedes, though, can I trust it?
Well, can you trust the car to get to the end? You know, who knows what's going to happen in this race? It's
I think I'm going to go Alonso in 3rd.
okay, yeah.
And I'm tempted to even throw Leclerc up
Yeah.
as well into 4th.
So you're saying, who did you say to win? Perez.
So
Perez,
Perez,
from
Verstappen, Alonso.
pole? Okay, yeah.
I've got a funny feeling that Leclerc is coming back for Sainz.
Yeah, well, like we talked at the beginning of the show, if Leclerc does Sainz today, Sainz, it's unforgivable from Sainz. Absolutely unforgivable.
Yeah, and then maybe Sainz just behind, then Russell, then Hamilton.
Yeah.
But then Stroll as well. Stroll could be Stroll is one to watch.
The
today.
Alpines.
Yeah, the Alpines as well. It's tough. There's a lot. It's very competitive, I have to say. Outside of the Red Bull, which is we kind of expect them to dominate this season. Behind that, is this maybe one of the most competitive lineups you'll see in a few seasons in terms of the top? Because it feels like we've got a midfield battle at the top.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think it seems to be everyone other than Red Bull at the moment, which is exciting. Yeah, I think anyone in that top 10's got a quick car, so it's good.
It's going to be very interesting. Piastri, like you said, just get a point. Hulkenberg as well.
Do you think he'll score a point, Piastri?
No.
No, I mean,
don't think so.
No, I think he'll get edged. If you think he's got Leclerc and Verstappen behind him, that's at least 2 you'd expect to pass him.
Yeah.
I think the Alpine is probably quicker, so I think Gasly will probably overtake him as well. But yeah, I think we'll slide down the grid, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so
no, I agree.
I could be entirely wrong. He could win it, but
I'm hearing from production, whoever gets the most places wrong does a Chilli. And I don't know if I want to authorise.
I've just said fucking Carlos Sainz. Where the fuck's that come from? You winding me up.
What kind of madness is that? We're in the comfort of our wonderful set here.
Are you winding me up?
There's no board.
Just give me the Chilli now then. Just give me, just what I mean. Bring the jar out.
There's no spin the wheel thing. Like, this is meant to be a place of peace. Of mind on a Sunday as well.
I just said Carlos Sainz.
I think Joe said Albon to win. And Sargent 3rd.
Damn.
Hulkenberg 2nd.
Yeah, oh God. All right, well, no, I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with it. Max not on pole. I'm calling it. Max not on pole. In podium, excuse me. No podium.
What kind of Chilli do you want?
Max not on podium.
Not Max, no podium.
Oh, yeah,
there you go, calling
They're
it.
definitely doing that Chilli.
Where do you think Max will finish?
4th.
Okay.
Can I ask as well, with your fantasy teams, what's the plan this weekend? I haven't actually caught up with you on that.
I stuck with Bahrain, so I've got Max, Perez, Alonso, Joe and Gasly, and then Aston Martin and Red Bull as my constructors. So.
Okay. What about you, Joe? What do you
Yeah, I've put Red Bull in as the constructor, and I've got rid of Ocon for Tsunoda. Needed the money.
You needed the money. Definitely needed the money. Okay, that is a money move.
Yeah.
Williams obviously scored a point. Did they last? Was it?
They did, yeah.
One
Albon
point,
got
wasn't
10th.
it? Yeah. Not this time.
No, I think it's unlikely.
I think the fun's over potentially.
Pop to production.
Oh, let's go to production. Yeah.
Good afternoon, guys. Just getting onto the formation lap here, and nothing really to report except for the fact that Verstappen has had quite an unusual issue on the sighting lap before the formation lap. He was saying that his heel was slipping from the brake pedal. So they checked the brakes, everything seems okay in the grid, and he should be alright.
Oh.
And midfield drivers such as Magnussen, for example, the notable driver, he was saying that he's noticed the cars around him, the likes of Leclerc, 2 cars ahead of him, Verstappen behind him, and he said he's not going to put up much of a fight between them because obviously it's not his fight in the Haas. So yeah. I wouldn't expect the midfield drivers to really put up any sort of fight
Yeah.
And wear their tyres down for no reason.
Yeah,
basically.
like we must say that even though it's not exciting as fans, like there's no point burning through your tyres, and he's going to overtake you at some point anyway. It's smart of someone like Magnussen to say,
just move out of the
Let
way.
him
yeah,
go,
get out of the way, and
yeah.
I'll fight the people behind me.
Yeah.
More realistic. So
Maybe I was wrong about Bottas taking him for 3 laps. I think that's maybe a bit unlikely.
bold, but we're going to see it.
Who knows? Maybe just his ego. You know, Bottas still thinks of himself as a top driver. You know, did a good job in that Mercedes. Who knows?
I think Bottas is living his best life now.
Obviously, everybody goes with the same tyre.
It's a lot. We've got Hamilton's gone for the hard, so he's might be
Yeah.
best distracted. And Leclerc looked like he was on the softs as well, so he's going to quit for a quick
Couple
start.
little-
I think medium seems to be the good tyre to start with. It will last a bit longer. But yeah, Leclerc's obviously he wants to try and get those overtakes done nice and quickly, really.
I remember a
I'm so
time where
excited.
obviously not everybody was going with Pirelli, and it was a couple of
Oh,
different
yeah.
tyre sponsors. And
Yeah.
obviously now for safety reasons, maybe mainly just to keep everybody on the same, you know, for safety precautions. But I do miss having different, like,
Yeah.
because it just makes
Yeah,
things even more
yeah.
unpredictable. It's like, oh, did these tyres even make it to the end of the race? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just kind of just blow up or something.
I'm
But
getting that nervous feeling again I get before
Lean
races.
in.
this is it.
So we've seen him
I
on
know.
a formation lap now. So Perez obviously leading the way.
He's gone off quite far as well.
This is going to be insane.
Oh mate, like,
Absolutely insane.
I think it could be one of the best races
Of the
we see.
season.
Well, yeah, I know we're only into race 2, but we're going to see some unbelievable races. But just because the order is so mixed up, and the two quickest drivers are so far back, I really think we could be in for something special for the next couple of hours.
I'm going to give my Pierre prediction. P8.
Oh, yeah,
Pierre prediction.
Pierre prediction. P8.
the PP prediction, the
It's
PPP.
just going to move up one position.
Have you missold PPP?
I get that, to be fair, because yeah, if you'd say Piastri, he should
Yeah, I'm
get
going to say
him.
8th. Go on.
Yeah, I'm not.
Alpine's quick. I think we haven't seen. That's the one team that we haven't really seen how quick they can be.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Gasly started at the back and Ocon had about 1,000 penalties. So
Yeah, they'll be really disappointed if they don't get both cars in the points. The Alpines today, really disappointed.
Yeah, it feels like they've kind of, I don't know, it's weird because it's not like they're regressing as a team. It's just that Aston Martin have kind of just
definitely.
leapfrogged,
Like,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I think that they were going to be in a battle for that.
Here we go. Are we going to see any? Are we going to see any penalties for people lining up?
Probably
like
not
we
this
did
year,
last
like,
week.
yeah,
I think
after-
they've had their warning, haven't they?
after
After
the
Well, I
last
had the
race.
warning, but you know, a little lapse in concentration
One
or
person who
something.
won't be doing it is Ocon.
Yeah.
He's been practicing all week if had lined up on the right spot.
Like with a
I
simulator.
still
in the
can't
room.
believe how many penalties he actually took.
Oh,
It was
man.
insane. Absolutely insane.
Come on. Oh, it's going to be.
About to start,
I
guys.
don't know where to look at the beginnings. There's going to be so much
Chaos,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, absolute
Yeah.
chaos.
Turn 1, if they go through turn 1 and 2 without any touch, I'd be shocked.
Yeah. Right, come on.
Because there's just a mismatch, you know, because the grid is so messed up. There's going to
Yeah.
be people that
Back
start
there.
way quicker. They're just
Yeah,
lining
it'll
up
be so
now.
disappointing,
Final
won't it?
car
Here we go.
going into a slot. The suspense is real. Wasn't that Bridgestone? It was Bridgestone, yeah, former title.
Here we go. Come on.
And lights out and away we go. Let's go, people.
Yeah, Perez covers
Big
across
start
well.
from
Alonso.
Perez. Alonso.
Alonso. Oh my God! Alonso's got him.
Oh
my God.
Oh wow!
Oh,
what
Perez,
a start
mate.
for Aston Martin.
Horror show for Perez.
Sergio Perez already.
Russell's held off
Already in
Sainz.
problems.
Oh, Perez,
That is a
mate.
shocking start for that Red Bull.
Yeah.
In second. That's my prediction. Looking already problematic.
Oh, someone's off.
Someone's cutting the corners as
That's
well.
bad.
Turn 3 and Bottas is still ahead of Verstappen.
Seems-
Come on.
Seems pretty clean going through the first few corners. I love to see the sparks as well coming out the back of the cars. Obviously Singapore's
Wow,
best for
I can't
that.
believe
Wow.
that.
What a start. I didn't
Is that Sainz covering? Sainz has just been done. Sainz has just been done by Stroll.
What?
Oh.
Sainz has just been done by Stroll.
Carlos
my.
is in trouble.
That is,
Hey.
I mean, I can't believe that.
This
What,
is-
what is that?
It's your podium.
That's your podium already. Look how
Alonso's
close
got,
they get to the
incorrect
walls.
start location. Like you said. That's a penalty.
5 seconds.
That'd be a penalty.
A penalty for...
He started in the
Alonso.
wrong spot. So that's exactly what Ocon did
He
last.
started in the wrong spot.
Yeah,
He
he
started
just
at... But,
He-
I can't
they're
believe
really
it.
strict on this line now.
Wow.
Oh, Piastri's got damage.
oh, that's such a shame for Alonso. He started the race so well. So was he just a little bit ahead of the grid mark?
Yeah, you suspect. We saw that of Ocon 2 weeks ago that he
Yeah,
started
they're
ahead
so
of
strict on
They'd
it.
be
They're
more
so
strict
strict
this
on
year.
it, yeah.
this
We
year.
literally just said everybody should have learned their lesson.
Yeah.
Alonso
And
did.
one of the most experienced drivers on the grid
most
is the one.
experienced driver.
Oh,
in history.
Carlos Sainz, man, that is
Such a shame.
criminal. How,
So
where's
where's-
Verstappen up to then?
Not that far. He's back there. So he's behind both the Hasses.
Whoa.
So he's
Wow.
still maybe
So-
14th?
So,
or is
13, I reckon at a guess. Because we haven't got the
lineup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me see if I can get it.
So yeah, Perez now on the back of Alonso.
Yeah, well, he'll get it back.
So
if
Verstappen
they-
got to P13, Hulkenberg 12, Piastri 20th. So he's got something really bad with him. I don't know if he's come back to the pit. Oh, Piastri's in the pits already.
Yeah.
Already.
Well, there we go. That's no points.
Yeah.
No points from McLaren.
Already
Lap 1.
problems for
Oh,
McLaren. Whole new front wing.
Oh dear.
Who's he
Immediately
clipped?
forgot.
Oh yeah.
It's too late. Oh, that's
Oh,
a
it's
slow
too
start.
late.
8.9. Oh, 13.
Right.
We weren't ready for a pit stop that early.
Lap 2.
Yeah, he's under
So, yeah, Alonso,
investigation.
you'd expect that to be a 5-second slam dunk, really. Right. So whereas Leclerc's up to
just trying
9th, Hulkenberg, sorry,
Okay, there we
Verstappen's
go.
up to 13th.
So this is what we were.
Verstappen's done Bottas, like
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
so
good.
Alonso's
Alonso's got a penalty.
got a
Alonso-
penalty of how
5
seconds.
So yeah.
5-second penalty for Alonso, who's
Oh, wow.
currently leading the race. So Perez will go back to
It's
the
just a
lead.
nightmare start, isn't it? You do so well
Such
to get
a
in.
shame.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's
Would have been
why he
so
did
good
so
seeing
well.
Aston Martin leading this race as well.
Well, it'll be interesting to see,
See how far
how
ahead he
far
was,
it is. Yeah.
Just level with Perez. No one knows.
No wonder why he was so quick off the start. That is such an
Yeah.
annoying.
Well,
Well, we
dreadful time for Piastri.
talked about Leclerc needing to keep the 3-car gap minimum, or between him and Verstappen, and he's done that. He's done really well to edge up 3 places, and Verstappen's only done 2. So that's good, really good news for Leclerc.
That's such
Mag
a
just
shame.
is a great start. Up to 2 places. Guys.
Yeah, after saying he wasn't going to.
Overtook his teammate.
Yeah.
Yeah, after saying I'm not going to fight.
Yeah.
Because they're in your
Verstappen-
rear view mirror. Don't need to fight him.
Verstappen down in
13th, yeah. So
Yeah.
he got 2
a couple of
places,
places.
up.
Not as many places maybe we thought, but maybe too early to.
One of us thought he took.
Norris is in the
Norris
pit.
in the pit as well. Oh,
Both the
God.
McLarens in the
Oh
pits.
my
Dreadful.
God.
What is going on at McLaren?
I'd be interested to see what happened to Norris there. If it's damage or if he's just got issues.
They are
That is
having
so bad.
huge,
DRS
huge
enabled.
problems.
Here we go.
Yeah, DRS is
Who's
enabled.
within a second? No, a lot of them still are.
Oh,
I
such
can't
a
believe
shame.
Sainz, man.
I'm so annoyed with Alonso. I'm so annoyed with
Well, he's
Alonso.
we're on the
Such
radio
a
saying
silly
something.
error to make.
They're going to be telling him.
I know they're
imagine.
being strict
Yeah.
on it, but there's even
That's
more
not- that's
reason to
not-
be more cautious.
Yeah, it's not the end of his race though, because he could
It's not.
easily. Well, he doesn't look
Straight
like
But this
out,
could be
yeah.
it could be a race win.
He's already
Yeah.
out of DRS.
Yeah.
Or
he's on like right on the edge. That Perez is.
Yeah.
So he's got to
close,
build a
isn't
5-second lead if he can. I don't know. Do you think he's capable in Aston Martin to build a 5-second lead over Perez?
not
he?
not
It's a tough ask.
yeah,
tough
not
ask, very
against
tough ask.
Verstappen, but against
Yeah.
Perez potentially. Particularly if he can keep him out of the DRS now that it's open.
That Perez
Nightmare start
penalty.
from McLaren then.
Oh,
Both
dear.
drivers within the pits within 3 laps.
Wow.
No, it's
I
not
mean, yeah,
good, is it?
McLaren are already. I mean, we said it last time. They were just collecting data.
Yeah.
With Norris.
That's what they're going to do again today.
Just here to collect
Collecting
data.
data to practice collecting data for the next race.
Yeah.
Bad.
The
Very
data
bad.
collectors.
Literally.
So who's on? Just Leclerc on the soft. So you expect him to start.
Yeah.
Some ground there. He's within DRS of Gasly, but Gasly's within DRS of Hamilton, so
Yeah.
you won't get that
Ooh,
advantage.
the Haas is having a look at each other.
Yeah.
We've got Verstappen behind him as
Verstappen.
well.
Yeah,
having
but
a sniff.
it doesn't.
Oh, Perez
Pulls out Perez ahead
Perez has
of
done it.
Alonso.
Really?
Oh,
Oh,
he's
little
got deep.
lock up.
Locked up there.
Locked up big time.
Alonso could
went
have
deep
him on
into
the
that
inside.
second corner, but he's he
That's
made
an
a stick.
unbelievable move. Do you know what?
Yeah.
That's fair
Yeah.
play because he was over a second behind there.
Yeah. Brave.
That's
from
fair
Perez.
play from Perez.
Perez takes the lead. in
Alonso
this
will be
race.
absolutely fuming with that. And I wonder if his head went when they, went on the radio and said to him, "You've got 5
He's meant
seconds."
to be his engineer.
Yeah.
Hi, Fernando. Oh, here we go.
Let's see the race start. Oh, let's see how.
He's outside.
Oh,
It must be that
wow.
he's.
Is it because he's
Oh.
Is it that he's outside?
Yeah, he looks about level.
Well, we need to see a different camera.
Yeah,
angle.
he is. I think
he's too far left.
Yeah.
So
He
we thought
is.
he'd rolled too far forward, but he's actually gone too far left. He's outside the box. So
Oh dear.
Sainz can see it
It's a
perfectly.
tight. Is it
Yeah.
a tight? There's not much room to manoeuvre at all, is there?
No, you should
No.
be. I mean, it's basic.
Wow.
Really. I think.
Do you have to have both tyres within it?
It must
Yeah,
be.
within that
Yeah.
box.
Yeah, or your.
Should we go to production?
Yeah, let's go to production. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know which one of you guys said it, but Fernando Alonso does know about his penalty. His team have informed him, and his simple response was copy.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a tough job being an engineer sometimes.
It's better to take that
Right,
penalty.
so we're seeing Piastri. So where did he get his damage? So he's,
It was front wing,
he's
wasn't
going up
it?
the side of. I think that's Gasly. Yeah, it must be Gasly.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got the Hamilton on the side.
Oh, and he gets done
Oh, no,
by.
that's Gasly on the
That's
right there,
Gasly, so
sorry, yeah,
Ocon on the
was
left.
ahead of him.
Oh,
Gasly's
that's it there, isn't it? Yeah.
That seems to be a bit racing instant. I can't imagine there'd be.
Yeah.
No, Gasly's just coming.
I don't
across,
think he's
like,
pushed him off at all. No.
Yeah.
Oh
He
yeah,
has
it's
room
damage.
as
You
well.
see the
Yeah,
debris.
he has
Is
room
that
to
just
keep going off to the left
just
a little
Piastri or
bit.
did Gasly have some as well?
We haven't seen him come in, so
No,
we've
yeah,
got to
maybe he's
assume,
right.
I guess.
So it's Leclerc, seeing him start again.
Yeah, Charles is. He has a really nice
I
start.
think he had a good start.
it's going to make more sense for Alonso to just
We'll never know.
Yeah.
keep racing and leave that until maybe
What is that?
his first pit. Do they have to do that penalty in their first pit stop? Or can they leave it until the end of the race?
No, they'll have to do it
have to
as
do
soon as they come in. The next
Yeah.
time they come in, they'll have to. Because that's how we saw Ocon have his issues last time.
Yeah.
He came in and they started working on the car too early.
Too early.
Yeah. So hopefully Aston Martin have better stopwatches than Alpine do.
Verstappen's made his way up to 11th now. Wow, he's done both of the Hasses.
Wow.
So it's only Joe between
Him and the
Leclerc and
points.
Verstappen.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great battle between Leclerc and Verstappen when it comes to it. I can't believe what's happened at the beginning.
Your boy Gasly's done a nice job.
Yeah, into that P8.
Yeah, that's what you
Stay
wanted.
there, P8.
Wow.
Never in doubt.
Never in doubt.
To be fair, he's catching on Hamilton. He's within DRS. Hamilton's on the hard as well, so you expect Pierre had a bit more oomph to go.
Let's see what they're saying in the chat.
Yeah.
A lot of laughing at McLaren going on in that chat.
Oh man, it's ugly.
Do we know what happened with Norris yet? Like, he's
Yeah, I'm
down
unsure
there.
actually. Yeah.
Norris is just...
He's 6 seconds behind his teammate, who's about...
And I remember the bold prediction that Abby gave about Norris, wasn't it, on the qualifying?
Yeah.
Yeah, about potentially him looking at maybe other seats if McLaren don't
Yeah,
link
when
up.
silly season comes around, if he's not, because he's a good driver.
He
Yeah,
is
we know
very
he's a good driver.
yeah. I think people forget how good he
Sainz
actually
having
is.
a little look there on back on Stroll, but no
Alonso's had a
joy.
Look at is Gasly on Hamilton?
Yeah, it must be.
Gasly going past Hamilton will just be insult to injury again, isn't it?
He's got that DRS though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's right on
and
his
he's
tail.
got Leclerc right behind him. You could see Leclerc get a double
Yeah.
overtake here.
So we're just seeing that
They
Mercedes
got-
just can't keep up with Alpine ahead of them. Knock on.
Do you know what? I'm really surprised. 6 laps in, we haven't had a.
Safety
We haven't had
car.
some.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I really thought early on
It was
we'd.
clean, really going
So we've
through,
seen a
wasn't it?
huge amount of overtakes already.
Piastri and Gasly was the only closest.
Is this Max doing the double? Oh no.
Oh, if he went a bit wide there. You saw that a lot in practice. Yeah, I think a lot of drivers are struggling with that corner.
Yeah. God, it did look like he was about to get that in the wall there, didn't it? Oh.
Jeez, cutting it close.
Yeah, Leclerc needs to get past these on the soft tyres, doesn't he? He doesn't want to be running wasting these soft tyres when everyone else is on medium.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Leclerc. Yeah,
He really needs to get himself up early doors, first 15
But-
laps really.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be cursing Hamilton though, because Gasly's just got that DRS. So
Yeah.
He's always going to be. Just Leclerc just won't be able to get him at the moment.
Yeah.
It's just too, yeah, touch too far.
DRS train they call that, don't they?
They do, yeah.
No one benefits. That's such a cool camera angle. that they
Yeah,
got
we've
there, I
seen
must
like
say.
in-helmet cams. So they've got more than 20 drivers this season, which is good.
Oh really?
Did they only
Yeah.
have it on a couple? last
Yeah,
year?
the ones who I think it was Bell who made the. So, they do have different
Oh,
helmet
okay.
suppliers. So I
Yeah.
think Bell had them in, and I think
Okay.
now they've all got them in. But It's my camera knowledge.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Ooh.
Why have they cut
Why
to
have
that?
they done that?
We-
Can't see.
Why have they
Who's the race director?
Fastest lap from Perez. Why?
I think he's just done him. He's just done Gasly, has he? Leclerc? Yeah, he's just done Gasly.
Yeah.
Who's?
we were praising that helmet cam, and then
Why
I
would
must
you
say,
cut to that?
yeah.
An
One thing
overtake.
I'll say about Formula One is their camera choices have to improve.
Mate, they've got, you think about the amount of cameras that they have around, and then occasionally they'll cut to like what looks like a man sort of like hang gliding, holding a thing. It's so shaky, you can't see. What are you doing? Cut to a helmet cam during an overtake. Are you mad? Give me a break. Here we go. There's the
seen
move.
replay, just down the straight. It's just that pace.
Yeah, he
that
goes
Ferrari.
in the outside. Really nice.
Oh,
He probably could have.
Oh,
He
he
could have had a
He
look.
could have taken both of them,
yeah.
couldn't he?
Yeah, he just didn't have the space for it.
No.
that's good.
Well, that's
move there.
one. He needs to.
Keep it moving.
Well, look, he's going to be up on his teammate soon.
This is what we're talking about: is science again.
Do you want Sainz sacked the minute he gets overtaken by
Hey,
Leclerc? Like,
you
hitting
can't
his-
turn your back on Carlos.
No, the thing, I love
about
it.
in the season preview about we're
Yeah.
watching you, Carlos.
Smooth
We're watching you,
operator.
Sainz.
But
This is why.
Someone just comes to us, rips his contract. Like
this is like,
Leclerc's going to catch him, isn't he?
100%. It's
Leclerc's
not
going
good
to catch
enough.
him.
looking
It's
like-
not good
Well,
enough.
we've got to remember though that Leclerc's on the soft, so if he
Yeah.
does catch him in the, that's fair enough. But like, obviously, he shouldn't have lost those places, especially
the
to
first
Stroll
place, yeah.
to begin with.
Yeah.
You can't be losing at Stroll, not even when the DRS wasn't even open.
Yeah. Where was Stroll start? Fifth.
Fifth, yeah.
So he's one spot behind Sainz.
Hamilton.
He is-
Perez just setting fastest lap
Russell
after
just
fastest lap.
Russell's
as well.
just kind of gone unknown in third, hasn't he?
yeah, Russell's.
Yeah,
Russell's.
that's good though. I mean, you take third. I mean, Stroll's within DRS, Sainz within DRS.
Yeah, there they are. There's the three of
A
them.
few gaps forming, so we've got a bit of a gap between Sainz and Ocon.
Here we go. Is he going to get him on the inside?
Verstappen, yeah.
Yeah,
Verstappen
One
comfortably.
Jones. So
Very
Verstappen moves
easy
into
for
the
Verstappen.
points after 8 laps.
Very
Verstappen moves
comfortable.
up into 10th, and the chase
Yeah.
begins now.
Facing
Yeah.
his former teammate now.
Wow.
I'm still standing by it. No Verstappen on the podium. I think Sainz on the podium might be a step too far.
Hamilton's been noted for weaving on the straight before the start. Or before, during the race, sorry, not the start. But it said noted, so I presume...
Noted, no penalty.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
Is that over defending? Does it mean?
You can't allow to weed side to side.
Yeah.
You're only
very
You
dangerous.
have to commit to one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Start straight into.
Oh no, it's been investigated. Okay.
Oh right, okay.
Wow.
So yeah,
you could see a
you're
pen.
not allowed to. Basically, you're not allowed to weave to warm your tyres up because if someone's
No
overtaking
one can
you,
predict that.
yeah, you have to sort of make your move and stick with it.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Even if he wasn't being chased by someone.
Okay.
Alonso, plan A, definitely plan A. Yep, I'm trying, mate. I'm trying.
It's like me in life. I'm trying, plan A.
I'm really trying.
What's your life goals? Plan A, plan A.
Plan A. I'm on plan E.
So Stroll just dipping out of the, or in and out of the DRS on Russell is sort of on the precipice of it.
Yeah.
But Sainz very firmly on the back of him. So, that's Leclerc on Hamilton there.
This is a good performance from Russell so far.
Yeah, it is really strong.
Really good to
get
hold
that
third.
speed.
He's getting to be in 3. Whether he can keep that going when Verstappen gets up there.
Is Leclerc going to do him here on this longer straight?
Yeah,
DRS wide open on the inside.
yeah.
Yeah, looks like a fairly comfortable
dear.
move.
Oh dear, Hamilton.
And Leclerc only 1 spot away from his teammate after starting. How many behind? 8 behind.
Do you know what
Dear,
it
oh
is with Hamilton? I actually worry whether he can even
Black, white,
get
five.
back these places that he's losing right now. Like, what's to say that he can catch, some of those cars ahead of him are all very quick. And he's struggling in that car. He doesn't feel comfortable. Verstappen's coming up next. Well, soon anyway.
Here's Sainz and Stroll we're having a look at here.
Gasly looks...
So yeah, Hamilton got a black and white flag for that weaving, which is essentially just a telling off.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can get
Slap on the
Last thing he
scam
needs
me.
now is a penalty.
The thing we usually see that for is track limits. You get a black and white flag if you keep going over the track limits. And then, as we saw with Hulkenberg last time, like they will eventually penalise you. But
I'm very used to the old black and white flag on the game.
They're saying in the chat, Hamilton's getting cooked.
Hamilton saying that the grip is no good on his tyres there, interestingly.
well, it's so bad he gets to weave side to side. Look, it's such little grip, like he's going side to side.
Perez in the comments is saying, Hamilton, if you just crash out Max or Charles, I'll be happy.
Yeah, honestly, like...
Yeah.
It's not something.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna
Perez,
do.
though, he obviously had that bad start, but he's recovered.
Oh, this is going to be painful when Verstappen gets up to Hamilton.
Oh, there's Max.
That's Max going past Gasly, I believe.
Yeah, it must be,
Oh,
yeah.
my days.
So now we've got
Hamilton,
Verstappen, Hamilton,
This is
Leclerc
gonna be-
in 9,
This is gonna
8,
be
7.
sad. Yeah,
as we all predicted.
yeah.
The race.
Last season, that would have been your top 3.
Yeah,
In
big time.
some cases, maybe. Well, actually, no, to be fair, Hamilton, probably Russell, you'd swap him out for.
I mean, it's not going to be pleasant for Lewis again to be, you can imagine, absolutely
The days
bullied
of him
by
talking about
Max.
Verstappen and worried about him are over, really, right now, isn't it?
Bottas is in the pits.
Bottas.
I'm not seeing the
Is
pits.
that
Seems-
scheduled?
seems
Scheduled
early.
pit for him? Seems a bit early, doesn't it?
It does seem quite early, but
Yeah.
I don't know what he's going for.
I think the
Right.
pit window was more like, on the mediums was like 20 laps or
yeah,
something, wasn't
it's
it?
very
Yeah.
early.
On
It
the
looks like
softs,
a
you're
long
saying?
It must
pit
be,
as well,
it must be
We're not seeing it, but he's slowly.
Something gone wrong
I mean,
there.
Piastri's ahead of him now, so.
this fight.
leading
Sainz is
now.
dropping. Stroll is pulling away from him. So he's not going to have that DRS, and that's going
Is
to
he
be a
going to
big.
fall back into Ocon territory?
Who are we talking about?
Science we're looking at there.
No, I think Ocon's a bit of a
3.6,
way
yeah.
away.
Ocon's in a bit of his own little race at the moment. He's got
Yeah,
Leclerc fairly behind, obviously catching, but
He'll catch him, yeah, I think.
I mean, it'd be interesting to see when Leclerc pits because obviously he's on that soft tyre.
Yeah.
No one else is. You expect him to be the first, other than the ones who've had issues.
What do you think? Maybe he's lapped 16, 17?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if he's going well as he is now. They might try and
They
extend
might just
that.
leave it extended.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Famously, the Ferrari hasn't been great on tight deck, so he might be watched. He might be a bit sooner than me.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a really nothing answer. I said it could be sooner, it could be later.
Fastest lap from Perez there.
Yeah, Perez just setting fastest lap after fastest lap. He's pushed Alonso well clear of that DRS now. Is that 1.6 or 1.8?
Where does Alonso
1.8,
fall to
I
with that
think,
5-second penalty?
He keeps where he is, I believe, because he's 6. Is that 6 seconds ahead? Terrible eyes let me down, but
Literally same.
yeah, I think he's got a bit of a gap between him and Russell
take a
now.
look.
So
Let's take a look at that gap.
Yeah, it can't be long that. Well, yeah, Verstappen absolutely in striking distance of Hamilton. Very comfortable in the DRS. You've got to imagine he's going to get it done in the next.
Oh yeah.
If not this lap, then the next.
I don't even think, as much as it's going to hurt Hamilton, I don't think it's even worth the fight. He's not going to win. that fight at all.
But he's not that sort of driver, is he, to give up?
No, he's not.
He's not a Magnussen, for example, that will let him go because he, that's the right
It's a
thing.
pride thing, isn't it?
Has Mag gone pit?
100%.
How's he in 17th?
Yeah, he must.
Sort of
He's
missed
dropped
that.
4 places. I think he's just had an absolute horror show.
I wonder, yeah.
I don't think he pitted
Alonso,
so well.
Alonso's
Surely.
7.9
Where was he up to?
seconds.
12.
Well, he had that great start, didn't he? Now he's
Got a good gap, Alonso on
without
Russell.
seeing what's happened. He's down in 17th.
Alonso's got a great gap on Russell, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
It's a great opportunity.
I mean,
so-
Russell's seems to be another one. It's just, we haven't seen much of him, but just watching
He's raced
Verstappen
as
now.
much. He might actually still be able to maintain. That just goes to show how quick that Aston Martin is.
Yeah, it
Really
looks
quick.
It looks great.
I mean, Stroll will be thinking about a podium, maybe.
Do you invert your cars if you're Ferrari once Leclerc gets past Ocon? They've got to, haven't
I
they?
think you have to if he's on the soft. Like, even ignoring the driver debate, like, he's on
Yeah.
the soft tyre, he's
100%.
flying, like,
Oh yeah, he's the quicker car, isn't
yeah,
he? Yeah,
like,
by a
it
long
would
way.
make no sense to hold him back.
Sainz nowhere near the DRS on Stroll, so I mean, really
yeah.
poor. Really, really poor.
Oh, here comes
There you
Verstappen
go, there's
on
Verstappen.
Hamilton,
Done,
and
it's
it's
easy.
done.
It's just the easiest overtake of his life.
This is only going to stress Hamilton out more.
Do you reckon in Perez's head,
This
he can
post-match
just-
race
he can hear the
interview.
faint Jaws theme in his head, just knowing Verstappen's coming, like, he's slowly coming, he's going to
Joe's
arrive.
coming to the pit as well, so I reckon, do we think we could see people coming onto going for a 2-stop then if they're coming in at 12, lap 12?
I mean, they bought Valtteri in for some reason. Yeah, that was a slow
didn't have
start,
any issues,
4-stop.
Valtteri, did he?
The
No,
Haas
he
is
didn't.
in as well, so maybe all three of them are.
Yeah, it must be
Must be
looking at a
2-stop
2-stop.
now, yeah.
Yeah, must be. That
Because
was
you
the-
couldn't run the hard tyres for, 38 laps.
No, yeah, it'd be a long
Yeah.
stint.
This is
Maybe
sad.
banking on a safety
Hamilton
car.
is literally scraping points.
I'm really, really surprised we haven't actually had an incident yet.
Yeah, it's been very clean.
Really, really clean. But I mean, we've just seen these guys fly up I mean, it's driving masterclass from Verstappen and Leclerc, really, to be honest. And now we're going to see them go at each other.
Yeah.
Verstappen needs to knock off just under a second and a half to be in the DRS striking distance. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see when they get together.
Yeah, I'm going to predict that we won't get that. I think Leclerc's going to pit
before he gets
because
to
we're
Just
I
try
think
and go
now
for the
sort of
undercut,
area
yeah.
when the soft tire is going to give away.
Yeah, well, they're saying the window 13, lap
so
13
yeah,
to 20,
13
so it
now,
could be
yeah.
any second now, really.
Yeah.
See if you can get ahead of Ocon, but I mean, he's going for it. He looks like he's going to do it.
Ooh,
Yeah, he's got him.
He's
Yeah,
got
he's
him.
got him.
He's got him.
Ooh,
Brilliant
yes,
overtake
very
from
good.
Leclerc.
Really,
a lot of
that's
overtakes
a
on
very, very important overtake to get that
Yeah,
position before he
before
comes into the
Verstappen
pit.
catches. Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And now he's on his
nice, yeah,
teammate.
Sainz.
Wow.
He's on his teammate.
Yes, he is.
Oh,
Yes, he
God.
is. He's on his teammate inside. This early in the race, did you expect this? Definitely not, did you?
Mate, it's absolutely disgusting.
It's so quick.
This is
It happens
rank.
so fast.
I mean, amazing for Charles, but as I said, like it's absolutely unforgivable what Sainz is doing. Absolutely unforgivable. To lose that position and then to drop out the DRS. Look, I know you made a good point, Sam, that he's on the quicker tyre, but
Yeah, but
he
even
has to
that,
hold
like,
his position
yeah,
at
he
least.
can't be.
At least hold his position.
Stroll's not a different tyre.
Because also for the
exactly.
team, for Ferrari, for the team, that mucks up their strategy. Because now they've got two cars that are going against each other. And they shouldn't be in that position, man.
Saying this though, Sainz catching on Stroll now.
Well, he has back it in the DRS,
Yeah.
which is big.
He's probably been told to get. Oh, he's coming to the box.
He's coming into box.
early
Just
for
as
Sainz.
he's coming into box, he's in the DRS. Maybe Ferrari know more than me, but. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's.
Signal, get the whiteboard.
Oh yeah,
out.
of course.
Are we going to see it?
Who's boxing?
Sainz.
Sainz is
Sainz
boxing.
coming in apparently.
We're not going to see it, so
hopefully-
I
we
might
actually
just
get to see
guess.
it.
I'm just going to guess
Well,
anyway.
if we ain't going to see it,
I'm going to
this defeats the whole
I'm going for a
purpose.
2.7.
He's not in yet.
Is he not?
We're good. No, they have to show us.
bold
They have
I
to.
just can't. I
It can't
mean,
be that slap dash
I've got-
on the cameras. They
I've got
have
to celebrate
hold
something. If Verstappen's just on Ocon,
What's going on?
can't be slapped out. I just got excited, Matisse.
Stroll, yeah,
Stroll's in the pit.
Stroll, guess Stroll.
Stroll.
Oh, too slow.
We didn't get to see it
Too
properly.
slow.
They need to show us the whole
You want to
pit.
get a flavour?
What's he come out on? What tyres he come out on?
Stroll.
Yeah, I can't see. It
It doesn't say yet. It looks like
looks like the hards.
Yeah.
He's out on the hards, so they're looking maybe at a one-stop then.
Stretching.
Are they going to run
Maybe,
those for
that's a
36 laps?
So the tyre day's not that bad. Have we been
Yeah,
knocked out by Ferrari?
So he's going to be told to manage those tyres to the end of the race, not attack. Not attacking on those
Yeah.
tyres, is he? No.
He's really. And
Is that a
as
strange
Sam
decision
said,
for you? Didn't see that coming.
maybe hoping for a safety car or something. I am surprised to see that actually.
I feel like we've been dummied by Ferrari.
Yeah,
I don't think he's coming to the pit.
They've mugged us off there.
We have been done by Ferrari.
Tell you what that is. It's embarrassing.
They were trying to get Red Bull maybe, but we're there like.
We're there all lapping up the bait.
Yeah, like
Lapping up the bait, thinking that Ferrari are going to come in. They're not even coming into the pits.
Most embarrassing thing about that is I wrote down a time and he didn't even come into the pit.
Yeah. I was like, what are you hunching this off?
He hasn't been in yet.
I was like, where are you getting
Do you know what I mean? I
this
panicked
time
under the
from?
pressure.
Imagine if you got it right. That would be insane.
Should we go to production?
Yeah, let's go to production. Yeah.
Okay, so a bit of news on Sainz. The team have asked him to come into the box, but he hasn't yet. But he has been on the radio about 2-3 laps ago complaining, saying that the rear of the car is feeling very loose when he was in traffic behind other cars.
Interesting.
So he's struggling.
Here we go.
Here we go. Alpine.
Pit stop, boys.
Alpine.
Pit stop, boys.
This is Ocon.
Ocon.
Good
Or
start.
slow 2.8.
I'm going 3.2.
I'm going 2.9.
Ignore the fact I crossed out signs. I got baited by him.
2.9.
We're never going to.
Felt like a 2.9.
Can you imagine they don't show it?
If they don't show it, come on, man.
Oh,
come on,
Sky,
Are you
man.
taking a mick? Come on.
We spared no expense on these boards.
We're getting mugged
lied.
off. First Ferrari, fake a pit stop.
No.
Pit stop, and then Sky don't even show
Don't even have a
the
rubber.
time. Why are they getting lazy? Show the time.
You should buy a stopwatch.
Jesus.
I came in, Matisse, and I said, mate, I can't wait to play the ball game with you, man.
Same.
They've let us down.
They let us down.
The
We
literal
can't even get the game going. We missed the first one because we didn't expect it,
happened.
right? And we didn't get to see the full thing.
Oh my
And now this one.
That's so funny.
Oh my god.
Right, come on.
They're saying we got blue board.
So Sainz is box
Signs back
boxing.
in. Right,
Signs
get
box.
your board.
Science box.
Yeah,
Can't
Sainz
keep lying to
box.
us.
All right. We're gonna get to see the pit stop.
Just gonna come up at the bottom,
If
innit?
he doesn't
Right,
box,
he's in the
no, he is
pit. Oh, we
boxing.
can't
He is
see it.
boxing.
He's boxing. Here we go. Right, come on, boys.
Show us the time this time.
Here we go.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
That's a good start.
It's a 2.8.
Yeah, it's a 2-4. It's a 2-4.
2-4.
That.
Oh,
2-6. 2-7.
So close.
I went 2.6.
Oh,
Oh my
you
days!
split it, boys.
It felt like a 2.6.
Race is over for me.
God,
That's the best thing Sainz is going to do all race, I think.
Really
What
felt like a
tyres he
2.6.
come out on
We're
hard
gonna have
as
to
well?
write those bigger as well. Maybe he's catching on camera.
Yeah, there's obviously a strategy thing going on here where they think they can run these hards to the end, or they're gambling on the idea of a safety car popping out at lap 40 or something and getting a cheap stop. But I'm surprised. You know, you're right. You guys both said about that there's not so much deg on this track, but I am surprised. It seems like a lot of laps to do on a long, 6-kilometre circuit.
But especially when you could get a safety car.
Yeah,
And
that might be what they're banking
everybody
on.
would be in the
Yeah.
pits anyway.
So, obviously, if there's a safety car now, that'd be the worst time. For
Worst
Sainz.
time.
That'd be
yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
You wasted the pit.
We didn't have a safety car in Bahrain, did we? Like, so new to go to
Virtual safety car.
Yeah, the virtual,
Didn't
just
have
for
didn't have a full
Charles.
safety car. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it didn't really
do
change
anything,
anything.
Yeah,
No.
got the memory of a sieve. Oh, they had Gasly, didn't I? I remember, yeah. I've got it.
Oh yeah, you know.
I remember as soon as Gasly.
Yeah, Gasly.
Yeah.
So
Oh, this is that?
yeah, that's Max and
Max
Max
and
and Charles, who are both
Yeah.
both. No, Charles has pitted, hasn't he? Has Charles?
Charles hasn't pitted.
No, Charles hasn't pitted. So
Sainz-
Leclerc's coming in.
Sainz
Leclerc's coming in.
Leclerc's
Get
coming
the
in?
board. He's coming in
Oh yeah,
immediately.
he's coming in. Yeah.
Wow.
So is he going for the undercut? Is he?
I think his softs are just dead, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's actually.
I find this really stressful.
It is stress.
Didn't get a good angle.
quick, quick, 2-3, 2-3,
2.4, just be different.
2.3. Oh, another one. Oh, we're not going to do that one.
2-1.
Oh.
That's quickest of the season.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, it was 2.3 for Ocon.
that's what I said. That's what I said.
That's what I said. I meant for Ocon. I didn't mean for Leclerc.
Yeah, that's the quickest stop of the season.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is, isn't it?
The quickest obviously was in Bahrain last week, and that was Ferrari as well. It was a 2.22. So
Great
they've
start
just done the
from
quickest.
Ferrari on the pits.
That's one thing that they did look good because they double stacked
They did double stack,
2
yeah.
weeks ago in Bahrain, and it was really clean. It was one of the few things that was good for them.
They did double stack. Yeah, you're right.
Are we assuming that Leclerc's put the hards on there?
You'd guess so. At least going
He could have gone mediums, gone for a 2-stop.
Yeah.
Because the mediums will not last. to the end for sure. So it'll be interesting to see what he puts on.
Max P4 now.
Yep.
But yet to stop.
Yet to stop.
So you can knock off.
So none of the yellow flag.
Yellow flag.
Ooh.
Sector 2. Stroll's dropping down by the looks of it. Yeah,
Stroll.
Stroll. Something's happened to Stroll.
Stroll.
Oh, Stroll.
This could be a safety car.
Dropping.
Sainz.
Podium.
Stop.
Stroll stopped. This could be a safety car, which would ruin Ferrari.
Stroll's
stuff.
race is over.
Wow.
It depends where he's-
Oh my God.
Done.
Verstappen's had an absolute result.
So sector
Where
2,
is he on the track though?
No safety car just yet. He might be.
He might have pulled off, we
safely.
can't
He's
see.
by
To a safe
turn
space,
11.
yeah.
Yellow
Stroll
flag
looks
on
like he's out
turn
of this
13.
race.
Sorry, turn 13.
Yeah.
So,
Aston Martin have only got one horse in this race now. After that.
Oh wow.
car.
Safety.
Safety car.
Oh my
That
God.
is a
Full-on safety
nightmare.
car.
Oh my God.
And it's a terrible bit of timing for whoever put those hard tyres on.
Can we have a clip of
Who
me?
put the hard tyres on?
No, but whoever's pitted now has said an awful time.
Yeah,
You
awful
said it.
timing, yeah.
You literally called it.
This is fantastic for Verstappen. Brilliant for Verstappen. Brilliant for the top three. None of them have pitted.
Yeah.
None of
He's
them
gonna
have pitted
win.
in the top three.
He's going to win.
So he's
Verstappen,
come
yeah,
off
Verstappen's
there.
going to win.
He's someone on fire. They're spraying.
Well, Perez is up there.
Might just
Perez
be his brakes.
wants to cause problems and defend and actually race. He's got, it's just the equal car.
Can we get a clip made up of me saying
fantastic.
it'd be a dreadful time for a safety car and then 2 laps later, safety car?
That is a clip. That is definitely
Joke, right.
an expected clip.
I just can't.
psychic.
Can you fucking believe it? Like,
No,
this is just
I can.
classic Ferrari, man.
Leclerc.
There's nothing they could have done, but like.
So yeah, there'll be
Verstappen, terrible for Leclerc.
Terrible
Just
for Leclerc,
pitted.
terrible for Sainz,
Leclerc just pitted.
Get
Red Bull have just held
Wow.
they've just held
That
their
is
nerve
awful
for longer.
for Ferrari.
You'd expect them to start dive bombing into the pits.
Yeah, everybody, we're going to see a lot of pit stops here, boys.
Get ready.
Matisse, you ready, mate?
Where's Hamilton?
Russ is coming in.
Yeah.
Hamilton.
So I imagine this is Verstappen coming in next, right?
It's kind of saved Hamilton's race.
They told Perez to bot, so I think Perez will get
Perez first.
choice.
Yeah.
Try and double stack him, I guess.
This has saved Hamilton's race as well.
Yeah, Perez. Oh,
Yes.
man.
Terrible for Ferrari.
Oh, it's just awful
timing.
for Ferrari.
You hate to see it.
Bottas in for his second pit of the day after 10 laps.
He's doing a
Who are
Norris.
we going with? Are we going to
Anyways.
go with
First one we see, so I think
Yeah.
this is Perez.
this Perez? We go
Yeah.
with Perez. Let's go with Perez. Perez for the pit stop.
Here we go.
Perez in. Oh, that felt slow. Oh,
Two-
it's-
2-7.
I'm going 2-6.
I'm going
2-4.
2-4. 2-9. Oh, 2-4, really?
Wow.
I'm way off that one. Fair
Right, another one coming, Alonso.
Here we
I
go.
didn't even-
Alonso.
Alonso in the Aston Martin, last Aston Martin in this race, only Aston Martin in this race.
Oh,
That is a
oh,
mess.
That's
What's going on
really
here?
slow.
What's
Oh,
going on
oh, no,
here?
he's got his penalty. He's got his penalty.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
penalty.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Calm
yeah.
down, lads.
Oh, that was
that's
so
pretty
quick.
quick.
That's a
That was a great
1-9.
one.
That's a 1-9. Oh.
He's so bad at this.
I was completely put off by
My
the 5
last one
second
was
stop.
that, yeah.
I didn't even know what was going on.
Max got a
It's only
2.0.
Are we sure they even did that one properly?
One pit stop ever
I
under
think that
2
was 0.5
seconds.
seconds.
Is it actually one over? Ever?
Yeah, Red Bull did it a few years ago. 1-9.
1-9.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Hamilton 3-1.
Oh, dear.
I've lost my water.
A 1-9. When you said that, I was like, that's
1-9.
quick.
Yeah. No, Red Bull are like
Panic.
so proud of it. They have it on their website. The,
Yeah, I
the
remember you
home
saying.
of the under 2 second
Yeah.
pit stop.
Before they even have their titles, they have their pit stops.
Oh, Sargent's coming in. Are we going to see
Yeah,
it?
let's do Sergeants. Let's do Sergeants.
Oh, I don't think they're going to show it, are they?
Probably not.
Nah.
No, they're not going to show it.
Shame.
This is a mess.
1-7.
1-7 for Sergeant. 1-9.
Are you having that, Matisse?
Nah, go for it.
You sure?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
We'll share it.
I had a Red Bull. I'm not proud to say it, but I did.
You had a what?
I had a
Red Bull.
So yeah, that Aston Martin's often quite a safe spot. So you can't imagine the safety car will last too long.
No.
it just sounds like something.
We're interested to see what the actual fault
Can't
was.
hear where we are, but maybe it just gave out. He obviously didn't crash because his car was in one piece still. He looked fine.
Yeah, he just slowed down.
Gave up. Someone gave
Yeah,
up.
something's given up.
A bit of smoke
Sure,
out the
find
back
out.
as well.
That's such a shame for Stroll because he was in a great position.
Yeah.
And he hadn't pitted yet, had he?
Oh, good hands.
That came out the dark as well.
Thank you.
He
He had it.
You got a chili to throw to me.
Had Stroll
nods.
had Stroll pitted, he had.
Stroll had
yeah,
yeah,
So he
yeah.
would have
pitted.
already been compromised, but he had pitted.
So our order now, assuming that the guys that are going to have stopped, have stopped. We've got Perez, Alonso, Russell, Verstappen, Sainz, Hamilton, Leclerc, Tsunoda, and then both the Alpines, Ocon, then Gasly, and then after that, some other people.
To be fair though, that
not
safety
bad.
car's really helped Alonso with his penalty because
Huge.
obviously he
Massive.
served it under the
Huge.
safety car.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he would have lost a lot of spaces, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
He kept
huge.
B2.
He had a bit of a gap to Russell anyway, didn't he?
Yeah, but if under normal conditions, he would have lost that quite
Yeah.
quickly. But
Yeah.
He's still in P2.
Really awful for the Ferraris.
Yeah,
That
that's dreadful timing.
really awful.
Sainz still in the... Well, no.
Sainz in fifth, so not...
So what tyres of the Red Bulls? They have put on the hards as well. So essentially, it's the track position that that Verstappen's got there because they're all on essentially the same age tyre, but the
And
track position.
Verstappen's fastest lap at some point. He must have done that just before safety car. There's
Tsunoda's in the top 10 as well.
Is that Patrice Evra?
in the
It
Ferrari
is
garage.
Patrice Evra, yeah. He loves F1.
I like that guy. He's funny. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, I don't know who he actually
Are Man United
supports.
playing today?
Yeah,
they
they
are,
can't. Yeah.
Get there. Okay, safety car's ending.
Here we go.
I didn't think it'd take too long.
No.
Got yellow flags. So yeah, Perez will just be holding up the line because he doesn't want to
Yeah.
he doesn't want to give people the advantage on the straight.
100%.
Gasly in the top 10 as well
You'd
with
expect him to just hold up the line and then
Ocon.
bomb it.
Tsunoda. Tsunoda's having quietly a good race.
Who's coming as a
This
pit
this
now?
is
Pit now,
Norris
what's the
again.
point? Oh my god.
I
here
didn't have
we
my
go.
ball in time.
Here we go again with McLaren and the pits. Oh, my
dear,
days.
he couldn't
What's
even
the
get
point?
away quickly. Oh,
Data
we forgot.
Yeah, I couldn't grab
Data
it in time.
collectors in the pits again.
So that's
Are
his
they having a
second
similar issue to
Why?
what they had last time?
I'm just so confused why you do that there.
It makes no sense.
Their whole
Wait
race
for the
doesn't
safety
make any
car
sense.
to end
Yeah.
and then doing it.
But
Maybe there must have been a problem or something.
They have the similar. Is it a similar issue to they had in Bahrain, where remember they just kept pitting all the time?
Did he
overnight?
do
Yeah,
five
he
in the
didn't-
end?
6 in the end.
Fuck,
He did
six.
Mags.
Is that a similar situation we're seeing here?
Right, it's
The
going to be
Mercedes say it's
interesting
fine.
to see how Perez does here because he's not often
Oh, I
restarting
didn't notice,
after
but
the safety car.
We've got two Alpines together.
Yeah.
And famously, they don't have the best relationship.
And here they fought like it wasn't these two drivers, but
no,
the
it was
Alpines
Alonso
had a fight
year.
last
But
year.
yeah, like that'd be an interesting thing to get off the line.
Charles Leclerc, what are we
Watching
looking at
Leclerc
here?
He's riding the curb.
He's on the radio as well.
Leclerc's going to get
Tried to
Hamilton.
push from the safety lap. Hamilton just pitted, and he's annoyed
His
because
sound
Has he missed a mark? there?
this is when we realised that
Yeah.
red on black is incredibly hard to read.
yeah.
I could not get
Dark
one
red
that.
as well.
I'm really
Yeah.
squinting as well.
Yeah. Something about
Here we
being
go.
angry
Safety car's
is-
going to come in. I'll be
Okay.
interested to see because Perez isn't often at the front when the safety car restarts. So I'll be interested to see what his
Can he handle it?
strategy is
he'll
here. Yeah.
He'll wait to the last moment.
I'm
and
actually
then
Yeah.
buzzing
bomb
for
it.
Alonso now. I feel like Alonso's right back in this race.
Yeah, that's massively helped him. Teamwork
Yeah.
from Stroll. Like,
Yeah.
took the bullet.
Yeah.
We're going to need
I didn't even think about it like that. Yeah, Stroll's literally done him
We're
a
going to need
favour.
you to cause the safety
Yeah.
car, please.
Fernando,
Have you
go
got
on win this race.
you got Stroll in your fantasy?
No.
You got Aston
Alonso.
Martin?
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Oh,
tough.
constructors.
That's
Yeah.
minus points there.
I'll take
One
Alonso.
car
It's all about the fantasy.
They're bunching up here.
Don't forget to join the
Perez,
fantasy.
green light. What are you going with? Oh, he's
Yeah, as you said, he's holding it. He's holding it. He's holding it.
Perez, bang, there he is.
Here we go. We're off.
Down the straight.
And Alonso caught sleeping there, maybe.
He's got.
Well, he's going to have a little bit of a run in.
No DRS, obviously. So
No,
he's
not
He's got to
base.
defend
Oh,
on Russell.
Russell's
Oh,
And he just about closes the
So,
door
yeah.
there, Alonso, going into
Perez
turn 1
keeps
and
the
2.
time.
Russell in third.
Verstappen doing a really strong job defending
All the-
on
Those two
Sainz.
Alpines?
Yeah, Alpines are
Has,
going up against
has
each other.
Gasly done? Gasly got ahead? No.
Nah.
Ocon kept it.
Ocon kept him.
Okay,
We knew we were
that's
going to
close.
see drama here
I feel
in
like Leclerc
in
or
Jeddah.
Hamilton is only a matter of time now.
Yeah.
Within this
so,
close, yeah. I'd assume that Hamilton's going to lose that place. to
They
Leclerc.
come around that corner so quick, don't
They
they?
do. Oh, big gap Perez already.
Yeah.
He's stretching that lead to Alonso. Russell under pressure from Verstappen. And again, it'd be very difficult in that Mercedes to hold off the Red Bull there. I'd
We've-
say it
we've
was a
only had, like,
sitting duck.
2/5 of the race. It feels like we've been here for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Just so
even-
much
not
has
even
happened.
Yeah.
So much has happened.
It's good though. These are the races that we love as fans of the sport. When there's overtaking, it's mixed up. We've seen, a safety car to change things as well. The controversy of the pitting at different times. It's great. It's just there's so much going on.
Yeah.
And most importantly, none of us have got a pit time correct. So that's all to play for as well.
Tsunoda's crept up. I don't know how he's got P8. I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
he must have not.
Yeah.
He must have not.
That's what I'm saying.
pitted.
Sonoda's
No,
having
he
a
has, 'cause
quiet.
he's on
they've all
hards.
pitted.
Sonoda's
Yeah.
having a quiet.
I think
quietly
he was
good
one of the
race.
ones that didn't pit and then obviously got... I could be
Sonoda's on
wrong,
my
but
Sonoda's in my fantasy.
There you go.
Is he? Oh yeah, he is. You save money, isn't it?
Yeah, I got rid of Ocon for him so I could get the Red Bull in as the constructor.
That's not a bad move.
Yeah, well, it could be.
He's literally above him.
Oh, that's a move.
Ooh,
That's a move.
That's Leclerc. Oh, no, that's like Sainz on Russell.
No, it's
No,
Hamilton
no,
on
it's
Sainz.
No, but Hamilton's still behind.
Has Hamilton just done Sainz?
Hamilton's just on
Has he
Sainz.
done it? No.
Hamilton's just done Sainz!
Hey, listen, swap this. Nah, do you know what? Yeah, I have.
What is going
I
on?
have no words. I have no words for Carlos Sainz at this point. I said it in the preview to the season. We are watching you, Carlos, in that chair.
the tyres, it's
How has he let Hamilton go ahead of him?
He is on medium tyres, I will say that. He's got.
Are you his lawyer?
I keep getting moved back. I'm like sitting on this couch fine.
Sainz is lawyer. How are you defending this?
I'm defending because Joe can't.
You don't want your logic. You don't want your logic.
I'm taking on him.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's a really good move as well.
It's a great
It's a
move.
really
As I
good
said,
move.
No,
It's
we
quite
don't
late,
know.
quite lazy from Sainz to us. I mean, how many times?
So
How many
wait,
times?
what
like,
tyre is Sainz on? Sainz on the
hard.
Yeah,
and then
then
Hamilton's on the
for
medium.
So,
Yeah,
but it
so
shouldn't be
he's
that
on the
quick.
fastest
Like,
side.
yeah, that's still not great.
Particularly when they're not even that warm.
Now Ferrari got to think because they let Leclerc go.
They have to let him go.
Just let
Let
him
him
go.
go.
Let him go. So they've had enough.
Oh,
Even I've had
really
enough.
annoying. So
I don't even support
seconds.
Ferrari. This is insane.
It's so.
Hammer time past Sainz, they're saying in the comments.
Yeah.
Sainz is living off his father's name. Let's keep it 100. Damn. Ruthless.
I feel like
Damn.
should
Let's
go.
go to production.
Okay, so just something to take note of there after that safety car. Norris is at the tail of the field. He's just after actually making a move. He's back onto the mediums, as is Sargent and Joe, so it could be worth watching them come back up through the field.
Okay.
Okay.
I have no hope at all for McLaren. There's just I can't
McLaren,
see any
yeah.
scenario where
Joe's
they
doing
get a
alright.
point.
It's at De Vries there.
Yeah. No, McLaren are done. They're just collecting data today. And maybe next race as well.
Do you know what? Haas are not far off a double pointer as it
They're not.
stands.
They're both close together. They're Magnussen and Hulkenberg.
It's
Just
interesting. You got clumps of teams. In
Yeah.
You've got
Yeah,
both
yeah.
Alpines, both Haas's, and both Williams.
and both
Yeah.
Ferraris.
yeah.
Yeah, and both Norris. Both Norrises. Sorry,
Both
McLaren.
Norrises.
Both Norrises. Team Norris.
Tyres feel good. I like the tyre. Alonso's saying that
He
he's
really
happy
likes
with that
this
tyre.
new team that he's at, doesn't he, Alonso?
Yeah, having a nice
I
time.
love this car.
Yeah, he's enjoying the hard tyre.
But yeah, Perez has built quite a lead though. Hasn't he?
I love seeing
3.7.
Alonso back up here. It's just it feels like we turned back the clock a little bit.
They've got
Verstappen now within catching distance of
they've
Russell.
got to let Leclerc go.
Yeah,
They've got to let him go.
Will Tsunoda want to?
DRS on us. So you expect Verstappen's going to get Leclerc in a minute. He's 0.3
Well, I
away
think.
from
Yeah,
him.
I think.
Verstappen going to get
Oh,
Russell.
he's
you mean?
Russell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's already
yeah.
got Leclerc.
Yeah,
Russell.
he's going to get Russell. That's just sitting duck there. at
And
Red
he's
Bull.
on the podium, and that's me.
Yeah.
That's me done.
That's
Yeah.
Half the
I told
race.
you, I
Chilli
told
Cheers,
you.
lads.
Oh, there
There
he
he
is.
goes.
Bang.
Yeah.
That is just too easy. Look at the speed of that Red
He's
Bull.
within a
Verstappen
second
up
of
to
Alonso
third.
now as well.
It's not good, is
my
it?
days.
Mad.
It's not
Red
good for
Bull.
me, that is it?
Red Bull 1-2. But will
Oh,
Perez
God.
want to win this race, or will he just move aside as well for Max? It's going to be interesting when Max gets up into that second spot. I assume he'll get.
It looks as though Leclerc's closing. He's well within
Such a shame
a
for
second.
Russell. Russell's having a very quiet but solid race. In that
Look,
Mercedes.
as it stands, Mercedes will be absolutely
Happy,
buzzing with
buzzing,
that.
yeah.
3-4.
Yeah. One Aston out.
Oh, sorry,
and
4-5,
ahead of-
4-5.
Ahead of both the Ferraris and one of the Aston Martins out.
12 overtakes for Verstappen.
That's one overtake every 2 laps.
Not bad from Max.
Oh,
It's like when Erling Haaland scores all those goals. It's just like, I
yeah.
think we should be on 14 overtakes by now.
Yeah.
Poor.
God.
Bottas really put up a fight, to be fair.
Oh, Mr. Smug. Just because you don't support a team.
You just enjoy the neutral.
just enjoying the racing.
Oh,
Apparently
man.
Fulham are ahead, are they?
Is this a wind-up?
It's not a wind-up. I have seen Mitrovic in the chat spammed quite a few times.
Oh, my God.
Fulham are 1-0 up. If
United and
Patrice-
Ferrari fan, this day couldn't be going much worse for
If
me.
Patrice ever wanted to know, Fulham are 1-0 up against Manchester
That's why he
United in the
didn't
FA
go.
Cup.
Oh, man.
Early days,
That's why
though.
he didn't go.
It's going to be a tough day for you, my brother.
It's not looking good, is it?
So
Yeah,
the last
and-
time we did one of these, we walked out and his team lost 7-0.
Yeah.
Just don't come here.
Oh, my God.
Honestly, like,
That's such a good point.
it's the curse of the red, mate.
Both, what was it? One Leclerc DNF'd and
Yeah,
Sainz
Leclerc
finished.
Yeah.
Signs at a horror show.
Yeah. And then your team lost 7.
Oh,
Oh,
is
there's
that-
Verstappen. There's Verstappen and
And-
Alonso.
oh, my
And there's the 1-2!
Yeah, there we go. Verstappen
Oh,
up into
man.
second.
This will be interesting now, whether do they let them fight?
Nah.
I'd love it if they crashed into each other. Not badly. No death or anything like that. I just can't believe. Well, I can.
You can believe,
He's
and
done
you
13
shall believe.
places.
It's just what happens, bro. Whether
Gasly's got Tsunoda now as well.
him starting in
Tsunoda.
15th was just a minor inconvenience to him.
Fair, do you know what? Fair play.
Stroll the only car to DNF.
It's going to be a real battle for that P10 spot as well. If you look,
It is,
like,
yeah, really
Magnussen within
interesting.
half a second, Hulkenberg within that, Albon not too far back either, and Sargent.
How many seconds is Verstappen off?
5.6 is off.
I actually cannot believe that he's in second with half the race to go.
Yeah. That safety car is perfect for him.
Yeah,
Absolutely
exactly.
They held
timing.
what they did
And
is
he
that
didn't
they held their
Yeah.
bottle a bit longer than Ferrari did.
Yeah.
Literally, I think it
I
was
can
one
understand why
lap.
they pitted Leclerc because he was on the softs, but I'd love to know the reason they pitted Sainz.
Makes
'cause,
no
yeah,
sense.
He was on mediums. So
Was
like,
he struggling on that tyre? Because
you wouldn't expect to be that stronger though. Like, I know Ferrari's not great at tyre deck, but
Oh man.
this is a horrendous race for Ferrari so far. I think I agree with you. They need to swap Leclerc and Sainz as soon as possible.
Yeah,
If they-
100%.
If they can.
Well, you say that, but actually Leclerc is not even
Yeah, he's
within
not catching
DRS,
that,
so
yeah,
he's not actually really gaining on him.
Fastest lap from Perez responded to by a fastest lap from Verstappen.
A 1:33, that's quick.
Verstappen's beaten that now. Is this where Red Bulls just flow off into the sunset?
yeah, I'd love to know by the end of the broadcast how far back we are because every time something happens, Joe jumps up, sits back down, then the sofa goes up.
Oh really?
Like a
Might push
metre
us
back
back.
to where we were.
Sorry. Do you want to drag it forward?
We're going to be at Saudi Arabia by the time this race ends.
So 1:32.9 from Verstappen.
Quick.
1:32.9.
Really?
Yeah. Because he just literally just.
What was his top
man.
qualifying time? 1:28 something. No, 29.
Quali time, yeah. I think
Yeah.
it was ended up being a 1:2.92, was it?
Quick.
I think.
So yeah.
Or was it a 1:2.82? Oh,
So, yeah,
quick.
still not quite. Obviously,
Not
we've got a lot
quality
of fuel
times.
in there.
Hammer looking kind of quick, says Perez in the comments. How close is Alonso from the Mercs? Alonso to George. Wish my eyes could handle.
I haven't got the times up on the
Times
screen.
currently. Albon's on
Times
the
are up,
radio
yeah,
saying
yeah.
something.
This is going to be amazing.
Good day for Alpine so far.
Really nice,
Strong
yeah.
ninth.
Strong day for Alpine. Will they fight though? We've seen them. Well,
Ooh, Albon going
one
well
wide
wide
as
there.
well. Williams.
Has he got a problem?
And he looks like he's holding everyone else
Yeah.
up there, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he is. Oh,
Teammates,
he's
obviously.
massively.
Yeah,
look at
something
that
not
line
right.
of cars.
Yeah,
Oh
his
my-
teammates just got
Yeah, his
a
teammates.
breeze.
Well,
Sargent's definitely.
I think
gonna
you've
so.
got to
wrong with
imagine
that.
he's going to limp it back to the pit.
Oh, what's going on there for
Could be
Albon?
another safety car if he stops completely.
Albon is struggling
Down
in
to
that
15th
Williams.
now.
Yeah.
Joe's got past him.
Everybody's slipping past Albon.
He is.
Why is he not
He hasn't
come
gone
in?
to the pits.
Why has he not come in?
Maybe they can fix stuff on the go sometimes. It might be like.
Oh,
a
he's
system
so
error,
slow.
but
Oh, he's
yeah,
really slow.
he's been.
Oh,
there
he's
taking
really
a
The
while.
queue of
slow.
cars that he was holding up there. It's a whole back end of the,
Yeah.
of the field. Well, the whole
what's
back
wrong
end of
with
the,
it?
Serious issue there, whatever it is.
back of the grid there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Down
he's
to
been done by
almost last
Piastri
night.
as
Yeah,
well.
oh,
so-
is that
Looks
retirement?
like
Oh,
a
dear.
dime on him.
Oh,
He's
can he
still
limp it home?
Still chugging hot. Well, he's,
Can't read what his dash says, but usually you get a little bit of a hint.
Should they not have just brought him into the
Let's go
pits?
production.
So
Yeah, let's
just a
go
word on
production,
Alex Albon. He's after reporting on the radio. He thinks it's a brake failure.
Oh.
Oh, it looks like their race is
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Brake failures are quite crucial. to a sport like F1.
Yeah, you need the brakes, don't we? Yeah.
Just about.
Unless it's
Just
a
about.
straight line.
Never-ending straight line.
Yeah, he's limping
Yeah,
at
he's going
home.
very slowly.
Route 66.
So he looks like he'll be able to get back
He'll
to
get
the
it back,
pits,
yeah.
Maybe it won't be. It might
Which
be
is
a yellow
almost-
flag, depends on how slow he goes.
Almost a shame, really, because it actually would be nice to see.
Yeah, but
something
they're
else.
quite close together though, isn't they?
Yeah.
Hamilton now get the DRS on
Yeah, true.
his teammate.
Russell. This could be a good fight.
Will they let them?
I'm sure Mercedes. I'm sure Mercedes would probably not want to tell Hamilton to back off.
Yeah, it's not a conversation
Well,
we're
they
having.
said that,
it's not
they
a
had that in Sao
conversation.
Paulo last year when Russell was leading. They were like, "No, you can race each other."
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's
George wasn't too pleased about.
Yeah.
just let him race, isn't it?
Yeah, I wonder if I don't know if Albon's got to the pits yet. He's 22 seconds behind Bottas, who's last.
Russell just defending from Hamilton at the moment.
This is good news for Fernando though. If you can get a little bit of a gap formed.
Yeah, and also those Ferraris, if they can pull up.
Verstappen though, he's not closing that in on Perez.
No, he hasn't taken any time off that,
about
really.
5 seconds back.
This is where we really see the skill of Perez, whether he's able to not shrug off, but hold Verstappen.
Yeah.
Still a long way to go though.
Long way to go.
Only just past halfway.
Strategy-wise, who's going to get favoured now? I mean, probably 5-second gap.
Probably, I imagine they'll call it on whoever is lapping,
Whoever's performing.
quicker.
Yeah.
Which you've got to imagine is
But
going to
also
be
this
Verstappen.
early in the season, obviously you got a bit more wiggle room. Like if
Yeah.
it was the
Title
last few
race,
races to go
yeah,
and like he
getting
was in the
the
title,
title.
they'd say move aside. But I think we're seeing Albon finally make it back to the pits.
God, he really,
about 50
really
miles an
I feel like they should have
slow,
just
yeah.
gone into the pits the first time.
Yeah, it's weird that they didn't.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah,
weird
there
that they
was
just
a weird way it
decided to
went,
just
but
keep
maybe they
moving
thought they could
along.
have fixed it, but now I think
Yeah.
that doesn't look like
Massively
he's
messed up
back
their race
out
because of that decision, though, because now they're way out of sight.
I don't think he's coming back from that. I think
Is there any point coming back
race
now?
done.
He's going to get lapped, isn't he?
Well, you just can't fix your brakes that
Yeah,
quickly.
no.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they
Yeah,
haven't
no,
got the
there's no
tyres or
car,
anything.
isn't
They're retiring it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that will be the second DNF of the race with Stroll, and now Albon retiring from this race as well in the Williams. 2 cars out.
Tough.
How many more to come? Predicting DNFs, that's something we should do.
Yeah.
We should start doing that. Next time we'll do that. We'll predict for Australia, predicting the DNFs. How many DNFs will we get?
Russell on the radio,
on
presumably
team
he's
radio.
saying, please don't let Lewis.
He's in the
Please
DRS
do
now,
not tell
Lewis,
Lewis
as well.
about hammer
Yeah,
time.
we shouldn't really be fighting, lads. It's
Yeah, friends. We're meant to be friends.
Team.
Team. There's no
I
I in
wonder if
team.
they. I really wonder if they will.
Oh, we've got
Can
control.
we production? Can we take a look at the screen? Just we might lose picture.
Our screen's about to DNF. That's it. We're done. Like Albon.
Oh God.
We're back.
Hammer,
We're back.
hopefully not hammer time for Russell, but
Yeah.
He's got away from them though. He's out that 1 second mark. Sargent on a Hulkenberg here.
yeah. Sargent, he had a good race last time in Bahrain. Now his teammate's gone as well.
I tell you what, he also was really unlucky with that quali lap to get that deleted, because it would have taken him into Q2. And he's obviously, raced well today to get himself up to.
Yeah, this could be a really
13th,
strong,
so-
obviously no points yet, but this could be a really strong start from Sargent this season.
Fastest lap from Verstappen there. So he looks like he's just picking up the pace a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's pushing a little. He's
They're
still
calling him
over
Verstappen
5
in the
seconds though.
comments.
The gap, a
Who's chat
1:32.6.
thinks going to win? Are they saying Verstappen?
Yeah, in the chat, let us know who you think's going to win this race. I'm guessing everybody's going to go with Verstappen.
Anyone backing Carlos Sainz, or was that just me?
Are you still racing? You still out there?
Let's go, Carlos!
Ferrari just
To be
needs
fair
to
though,
get to the end of the race.
he's got a gap
Yeah,
now
that's
between
fair.
him and.
Yeah, he's kept him out of the
Sargent just taking a look on the inside.
Oh yeah, that could be nice. That could be
is
nice.
A great exit from Sargent. Oh, he's got him.
Oh, great
Sargent,
racing!
Brilliant exit.
Great
Wheel to wheel.
racing.
Oh,
he
what
just
happened
didn't
there?
quite have the.
Squeezed out, maybe.
Yeah, he didn't feel like he had the
Didn't
gap
wanna
to go
take the risk.
through.
He probably thinks he's got the pace to keep up with him anyway, so he's not going to take the risk. It's really good from Sargent. Probably maybe the most
So
underspoken about driver
Sargent on
the grid
Hulkenberg
at the
there,
start of
yeah.
the season, and having a nice solid race again in that Williams.
Nick De Vries, name I don't think we've even mentioned since the
yeah.
race started.
No.
Down in 15th in the AlphaTauri. What do you think? What do you make of him so far this season?
Hasn't been good, has it? Like
No.
you can't say he's doing well. I think there's a lot of trouble at AlphaTauri at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, Franz Tost yesterday was just berating his own team, really. Like
Was it? Yeah.
he said, he doesn't
Yeah,
trust his
crazy.
engineers anymore.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's
Oh,
a
God.
massive- That's a bold
It's
claim.
a massive comment to make.
Yeah. Yeah, because he came with so much expectation.
Yeah, I mean, Tsunoda's obviously doing well, so there's obviously pace in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they look like running different strategy, maybe, and I don't think they are. They're both in the same
Tsunoda's
tyre.
really, but we spoke about, is Tsunoda going to, step up and become that lead driver in that team?
Yeah.
Because obviously now he's got a new rookie on the block that won in Formula E and it's going to put some pressure on him.
It
maybe.
looks like he is
But
stepping up,
looks
doesn't
like
it?
He's stepping up, which is good to see because I like Tsunoda.
Yeah.
I haven't heard him swear yet. I kind of missed that.
There's a lot of bleeping when we go to Tsunoda on the radio.
A lot of bleeping. Top end is too close between Mercs in the comments.
Yeah, Hamilton's dropped back by about a second actually on Russell. I'm quite surprised about. Could that have been an instruction? Do we think?
Or maybe if Hamilton's the only one mediums, so maybe he's just aware that if he tries to challenge Russell too much, he's going to lose his tyres.
Yeah.
And that's it. But be interested what his strategy now, because I presume he's got another stop in him. If he's on mediums now,
Yeah,
he's not going to last at least another 29 races.
No,
He's already been on it for quite a
laps,
while.
yeah, no way. Yeah, no chance.
What's Russell on?
He's
Hards.
on hards, yeah.
Hards,
Everyone
yeah.
in the top 10's on hards.
No one's
other
on
than-
softs, are they?
No.
Norris on De Vries here.
Oh,
Gonna have a little look.
this is something for Norris today. So,
Mm.
I mean, it's been a tough race for him regardless, but an overtake might make him feel better. So weird seeing Norris back here, man. Don't like it at all.
Crazy
Do we know
difference
what
from
happened at the
last
start
season.
of Norris? Because I don't know
Well,
what
you have to
happened.
pit a couple of times, isn't it?
You
The
have
only
to
thing
pit,
I
like,
can link it
lap
to is
two.
what happened in Bahrain when they had that issue.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
know what happened
unsure.
with him.
They've had to pit
never
twice,
heard
haven't they? Yeah, they pitted
Yeah,
right
yeah,
after
yeah.
the safety car.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
He
Yeah.
just pit as it was
Definitely
ending.
not strategy. Unless that's one hell of a strategy. Guys, we're going to pit twice in the opening 20 laps. Don't think you'd even do that even on super softs. Do they still do super softs now, or is it just softs?
Nah, they've dropped it down to mediums, hards, and
Yeah.
softs.
Yeah.
I
Because
mean,
it used to be 4, isn't it?
Yeah, they used to
Yeah,
have
it was
purple ring.
purple, wasn't it?
Purple.
Yeah, I
Purple.
quite
Super
like
soft,
those,
soft,
yeah.
medium, and hards, and
Yeah.
obviously they got the wets and the intermediates. But
I think there's a very...
what's the reason for that? Does anybody know?
I think it's just making it more easy to understand for
For the viewer.
people looking
Is
at the
it really?
sport.
For
Really?
simplicity, yeah.
That might be completely wrong. I'm willing to get shot down by
They'll be in the comments like, this guy's an idiot.
idiot. He doesn't know what super softs have got.
Drive to Survive fans just want to make it easier for you guys.
Yeah. I think there's a very short discussion for driver of the day so far, isn't there, really?
Science.
Yeah, Carlos.
There's Albon going to do his media
Albon,
dues.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's obviously Verstappen, isn't it? Driver of the day.
I mean,
13 overtakes.
it's just unbelievable what he's done. Oh, we're having a look at Charles on the replay here. Did he lock up?
Oh.
Yeah, look up.
Yeah, he did. Well, was he struggling with the steering there?
Yeah, he
We've seen
didn't.
a lot-
The car
we've seen
didn't
a
want
lot
to
of
go, did
drivers
it?
In that, you said that,
struggle
isn't it? In
turn.
that corner.
Yeah, like it's just
Was that happening in quali as well?
it's happening in practice. Yeah, I
Practice.
think it must have happened in quality a few times.
Yeah, it did.
Medium.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a flurry of tyre change. It'll be interesting to see if we see, because they think that the age of the soft, they said, is can go 15 to 20 laps. So it'd be interesting to see if we see people sort of pitting around lap 37, 38, coming and risking the softs, you know, or if people are going to hold their bottle and expect maybe there's another safety car. So it's going to be really interesting.
Hulkenberg here just being followed by that Williams. Haas again, still just outside the points, isn't it? One little error above them and something could be a good day for Haas, but they're on the cusp of it. Are they allowed to fight those two Haas cars as well? I mean, they're not close to each other at the moment, but
They
obviously
will be, yeah.
Hulkenberg's doing a bit of defending from Sargent.
Yeah. Yeah, that would give Magnussen a bit of space, I think, to go through the gears as well.
I
Yeah.
haven't got really anyone other than Norris. Like everyone else is out of DRS.
Yeah.
To each other.
Leclerc on the radio.
I can't read
How
that.
can you read that?
Red on
Dark
black.
red on black.
Understood. His engineer said understood, so whatever he said.
No idea.
Yes. Leclerc.
And he's dropped back further. Sainz has widened the gap. At one point it was in the DRS. It's now, you know, lingering around about the 2-second mark. But Sainz himself is 3.5 of Hamilton.
Verstappen though, slowly bringing that down.
This is mad for me.
Yeah, very
I did not
slowly. He's
expect
only
him to have a day
4
like this.
He's
I
only
think
knocked like
they're going for the
0.2.
one stop by the looks of it. Like why they don't really need to like go full
No.
beans up there, do they? Like
No, not
they
at
look
all.
like they might I mean that's a long way.
Verstappen's
There.
still doing fastest laps, is he? Or is that still?
That,
is
yeah,
an
that would have
all-time
been. I can't remember when that last was, but
a couple laps ago.
Yeah.
What were your guys' predictions?
I said Verstappen.
I said Perez to
and
win.
Alonso.
I said Perez.
Oh,
then
wow.
You
Verstappen.
could be on, yeah, you could be on.
And you
for
said,
this.
what did you say?
I
Perez.
said Perez, Verstappen, Alonso,
So one of you, essentially one of you is going to win.
and then
We know who's going to lose though.
Yeah, there's only one
We're
big.
all interested.
And
There's
then
one
I
big
had-
loser in the room.
Did I think I then had Leclerc ahead of Sainz. Didn't
Yeah,
expect
I
Mercedes
think-
to be this high up. So
Yeah.
Mercedes are surprising me at the moment.
Actually, do you know what? Mercedes are having a really good race.
Yeah.
They by accident timed it well with the tyre changes and stuff, and that bumped them above the Ferraris. But they'll be buzzing with that. 4 and 5. Even with Russell starting from 3rd, you know, we knew Verstappen was going to be up and about it.
Lose a place, weren't
But
they? Verstappen came up.
If they can hold on to that, if they can strategize it correctly, they'll be really happy.
Yeah. Yeah, they will. That's a brilliant finish for Mercedes if they can hold it, for sure.
But 15 laps to go on an incredibly dangerous circuit,
Yeah,
so
anything can happen.
Yeah.
Reliability as well. We always have to watch it for all of these cars.
Well, and it's still early in the season. You're so right, Matisse. Like, it's still so early in the season. We've seen Max's. Was it the drive shaft in the end? Because there was different. You know, some people saying gearbox, some people saying drive shaft. Whatever the error was, we saw that it's not really affected him so much today. But anything could happen here. On reflection,
Magnussen on Tsunoda.
Sorry. That's 2 AlphaTauris, I believe, no? Oh no, it's Magnussen catching Tsunoda, yeah. So a very similar looking car.
Didn't realise he was catching.
Oh, he's going around the outside. Tsunoda's going to have a it's way too long, really long. He's going to spread. He could spread over to a second.
He was too eager, wasn't he? Yeah. Not patient enough.
Yeah, he spread the gap. That's actually worked out well.
Probably got a little flat spot as well in that front right.
Do we know where Stroll went out? Did we ever hear that?
Stroll.
He just stopped, didn't he?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm unsure.
Mechanical failure, maybe. I'm not sure.
Probably didn't. Yeah, it was obviously wasn't damage related.
No. Just stopped. Interested to see what he says post-race. It's just a shame again because he was in a really good position. Really good position. I think he would have potentially even maybe been ahead of the Mercedes. But then he did pit, didn't he, before the safety car. So
take a look at Nico.
Well for him.
Nico Hulkenberg.
He's hit the back. He's hit the wall.
Should be alright.
Yeah, it looks as though it was only the tyre, didn't it?
Ideal
rubber. I mean, there's no need for that.
Really weird.
That's a lack of concentration.
Really weird.
Hulkenberg. Yeah, definitely.
I know he got done for track limits at Bahrain, but like you can't really get done for track limits here.
Yeah.
Like.
He's definitely just lapse of concentration there. The walls just woke him up.
I think about those overtake points on fantasy for Verstappen there.
It's gone well.
13 and potentially 14 if he does Perez overtakes.
They're saying a potential penalty for Man United to.
Reece penalty was like for who?
Yeah.
Penalty for Man United and a red card for Willian and a red card for Mitchell as well. Apparently.
What? 2 red cards for Fulham?
Apparently.
Are they mad?
Apparently, how
hey, that's good. That if that's true, maybe Ferrari are going to come back as well here, mate.
No. You've already got 1 red team on the resurgence. I don't think you're going to get 2. How is that linked to 2 red teams there? How did that happen? Is that coincidence?
Like the colour, mate. Yeah.
He loves the world.
Can you imagine if Ferrari one day was sponsored by Man United? I remember when Chelsea was sponsored by Sauber. Yeah. It was weird seeing that Chelsea badge on.
Yeah, that is weird.
Didn't change my mind on who I was supporting. They tried it though.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Too late.
2.1. It's never going to be 2.1. 2.1.
What was that?
3.5.
Yeah, we too late for that one.
Was that Bottas in the pit again?
That's his 3rd, isn't it?
Might just keep my board here now.
Well, this is where I think we could see people coming on exactly as we've guessed. As Bottas coming to the softs for that life for 13
keep the
laps.
board's close. This is pit window now. I want to be sharp on the next one. No one's got a time correct yet, have they? So this is one win. One
there should be some sort of big end of season prize for the person that gets the most right.
It's not going to be hard to tally up, that's for sure, is it?
Yeah. Matisse wins it 1-0 end of the season.
How many races are there again?
22.
I'd be lucky to get 10 correct scores. 10 in that time.
23, sorry.
23. It was 24. Chinese one got knocked off. Yeah.
What year it was?
So I got one
last year.
I got 1 last race. You two didn't get.
Yeah. Are we backdating him, Matisse?
I'm clear.
Whoa.
I'm clear whatever I can get.
VAR. I want evidence.
We don't do VAR in Formula 1.
Alright,
ask Michael
Massey.
Ask Michael Massey what he thinks.
Matisse, we went car racing. What do you mean we went car racing? Motor racing, you said.
Motor racing. We went racing. That was actually absurd when you think about it. We just went racing.
What
about the rules? We just went racing.
That doesn't matter about the rules.
We just went racing.
It is the only sport in the world where the rules will change mid-race or like mid-activity, or they can fluctuate. Like it feels like the drive shaft is running a bit rough, says Verstappen on the radio. It's just the B-ball offset that's left, Max. Can do anything on the B-ball map itself. B-bow?
No, I'm saying
I can't read.
drive shaft. Okay, that was a lot of engineer speak.
Yeah.
A lot, isn't it? A lot of information.
So the drive shaft was the problem he had yesterday.
So will they just be trying to bring this one too and maybe not attack Perez? And he's still putting.
It looks as though that's what they might
Can
go
Verstappen
for.
attack Perez on that situation?
It tends to be terminal, that, to be honest. Like, either it's fine or it's broken.
It's race ending.
Always gone.
Oh,
wide.
yeah.
Who's that?
Interesting.
Who just went wide?
Perez.
Perez. Yeah.
Oh, both of them.
Do these guys want to change the way the track is?
We're bored now.
The racing line is
So quick, mate. They're driving on a different track.
Nobody's even driving on the track anymore.
They're driving on a 5k track, mate, not a 6k.
Cutting corners. I think they need to put a curb there if they want them to stop.
Yeah, Max is dropping back. He's lost half a second this last lap compared to where he was.
Is there some sort of rule that if you cut that corner too many times, you're going to get a penalty? Or is it just if you don't get
Yeah. Oh, who's just been done there? Sargent's just been done by Joe.
Oh.
I'll take those sweet fantasy overtaking points.
Joe as well.
Wow.
So Verstappen has dropped back a little bit. He's on the radio again.
He's on the radio again, yeah.
It makes a weird noise at high speed.
Okay, I understood. We're monitoring. We'll let you know. We're happy at the moment, though, Max.
Okay.
Matisse, who are your lower down drivers in your fantasy?
Something wrong.
I believe I have Ocon. No, I have Gasly.
Oh, Gasly,
yeah. Gasly.
Do you have anyone? You must have a cheap one as well.
Trying to remember.
So yeah, Max just said there's something wrong.
Don't know.
So
Yeah, he's not happy, is he?
I don't know what time.
I think it was Hulkenberg I went with for the really cheap one.
So he's dropped back a little bit. He's obviously not slowed down entirely.
Yeah, Hulkenberg.
You know what's going to happen here, boys? He's going to retire. Carlos Sainz is going to have an absolute world.
Do you think this could be a... let's not even...
Could see, and when I say could be, like comfortably, see back-to-back podiums for Aston Martin, for Fernando Alonso.
Yeah.
Who'd have called that at the beginning of the season?
That is an insane couple of results
Fair
to bring
play.
home. And Stroll, we know, is on the cusp of, really pushing himself up there as well. If he can get over that wrist injury and obviously the car actually finished.
Yeah, it's a shame about the car for him today because I think you've got to imagine he'd have been ahead of the Mercedes by now.
What's a realistic goal for Aston Martin in the constructors? Do you think second?
It's looking more and more likely.
Yeah.
I think they'd be happy with like P4, but yeah.
But I think now they could potentially look at higher because it's still early days. Production. Let's go to production.
Okay, so just a bit of clarification on Verstappen's radio there. The B-bal is the brake balance offset. That's what they thought the problem was. But Verstappen is saying, no, it's definitely the drive shaft I'm quite concerned about. He said it's making a noise at high speed and he's convinced that there's definitely something wrong.
And he's saying it's still there as well, which is interesting.
Is he losing time on
well, he's actually just made up a second in the last lap, so it can't be that bad, mate.
He's bluffing.
That's like the new Bono, my tyres are gone, and then
Fastest Bono, my tyres are gone.
My drive shaft.
Nah, my tyres are shot, man.
My drive shaft's got issues. I've just won the race.
Sets a record time for the lap.
Yeah, Lewis, you just set the fastest lap, mate.
in history on this track.
Max is like really cutting us down now. So like he's obviously got a shift on all of a sudden.
10 laps to go. I think we could see someone
He's
dive
just
in.
done a second.
Dive in for softs. For softs,
Dive in and
Having
risk
a
for
bit-
soft.
That radio is
Perez
getting
now
used an
saying I'm
awful
having
lot
a
on
bit
Red
of a
Bull.
long brake.
A long brake pedal.
Double DNF.
Imagine.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine a double DNF at Red Bull? That would be.
Oh, good racing. Good racing.
The Haas and AlphaTauri again.
Yeah, those points, they mean a lot.
Yeah, that last spot.
Last points position, you said it, didn't you, about the
Yeah, I thought
how
there'd be a
close
bit
it's
of a
going to be.
battle for it.
Sonoda,
Yeah.
both the Hasses.
Sonoda will have the
Maybe
bit
just
between
that
his teeth.
one
After, finishing 11th 2 weeks ago and missing out on that point by one spot. I think he's going to have the bit between his teeth to get that point today.
He's going to want to defend it.
I'd love to see him get it actually because I think he's doing a good job in a car that is not great.
But Gasly and Ocon are just in their own race, aren't they? In their own world.
Pooting around.
Not even spoken about the Alpines today too much.
Is that a good result?
For Alpine,
8th and 9th?
Yeah, I think so. Considering who's ahead of them, it's the Ferrari,
Yeah, that's
Mercedes,
true.
and
That's
Red
true.
Bull and Aston Martin. They take a double points finish.
Yeah.
Some consistency.
Perez is saying something again if he's got issues.
It's a weird one. I don't think it's anything to be excited about, but I think it's just we'll take it and we'll move on.
It's a good amount of points. What is it? I forgot off the top of my head.
For who?
For Alpine.
Alpine.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, they'll
They're not
get
gonna beat the-
5 points
Yeah.
would it be in total? Yeah.
They're not going to beat the Ferraris, or the Mercedes, or the Red Bulls, you'd imagine, or the Aston Martin. So
Yeah.
No.
best you can hope for, really.
It's just after last season, they were so
Yeah.
like exciting and promising. I thought.
I mean, considering after their first race, they'll
Yeah.
absolutely take this. We
Yeah.
had one driver, all the penalties in the world, and then
Yeah, I think
Okay.
with Aston Martin just stepping up to a whole new gear, the best that Alpine can be hoping for would be 5th.
mad.
okay, Gasly's in the same spot he finished in last race, but obviously much less dramatic.
Yeah, yeah.
No, literally,
He's had to
this
do a
is
lot
the
less.
type of race. No drama whatsoever. No drama whatsoever. There's that McLaren again.
It's looking like
Both the McLarens. I think it's the orange. Honestly, doesn't look right.
what you on the chrome back.
Yeah, bring
Really,
it
I
back.
quite like the orange. Oh.
I missed the
Yeah.
chrome. Vodafone.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
No, I like it.
But I know the silver arrows, so you know,
Yeah.
I mean, you've already got their engine. You can't copy now their nickname as well. But yeah, Vodafone was iconic for me.
It's the race is sort of feels like it's
Petering out.
well, it just
Plateau.
yeah.
Good plateau. But if we look, Verstappen's slowly cutting that gap.
He is.
Whether he starts going for it.
I wonder if they'll. You know, do they want to push that car to the limit at this
No,
point?
probably
Do
not.
they want to
1-2
just drive
is-
this thing home for a 1-2?
Yeah, I think
Probably.
a 1-2.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't think it's that desperate that Verstappen has to win every
No.
single race. Do you know what I mean? For Red Bull, like they've got Perez up front. It's
Yeah.
1-2. Bring it home. They've got issues with the cars as
And,
well.
and Perez has got the fastest lap as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, unless someone dives in for a
And
for a
who is Max realistically competing in the championship? It's not Perez, is it? Over the stretch of the season, Perez
Well, I
is
think
not
he's the
going to.
most likely just
Yeah,
because in the
Yeah.
same car. I mean, no one's in the
Yeah,
same
but
league at the moment.
I just can't see.
Ooh,
Ooh,
that's,
good move.
overtake.
I can't see a world where
really good.
Perez
He could
is-
lose
McLaren
both
on the-
positions.
That's
Okay.
Norris on the inside of Sargent as well.
Yeah.
He just looks
Going
like
down
he's
the straight.
just about going to hold it. Yeah, he has. Good racing though.
I mean, if we're looking at Ferrari, we're meant to be the main contenders for Red Bull in the,
Yeah,
in
I
the
think-
constructors and for the drivers. I mean, this is a
Terrible day
terrible
for Ferrari.
day for them. So I don't think Red Bull will make any silly judgments on trying to risk
I was just saying
cars.
something. Target 32 plus 4.
Got a massive advantage here. Massive advantage. Both drivers there at Red Bull complaining, aren't they, over different things? Sparks coming out the back of that McLaren.
Yeah, a bit of tension
I
there
don't know what that's
from
about. Yeah,
from
the Red Bull.
Perez, feeling, you know,
Wondering why he's getting a different strategy.
yeah,
But-
just thinking.
Are they trying to?
Yeah, they were talking
Put a-
about
put a
different
fast
strategy. He didn't seem very pleased with what he's been
No, he wasn't
told,
happy,
but
was he?
Don't really
It's
know why.
interesting.
Are they planning on bringing him in?
Nah, not this late on. You can't imagine. Surely not.
No.
That's to the
Do you-
end, isn't it, for both of them?
You'd expect it. I mean, we're interested to see what happens with Hamilton because he's been on those mediums for ages now. They must have been shot to bits.
Yeah,
but like,
Any
How-
predictions
what's-
for who's going to come on those softs and try and?
Well, I
Can
thought
anybody-
someone
can
would have done
anybody-
it by now. I don't think
Can
someone.
anybody
it's
afford
too
to
late now.
come in on those softs as well? Like,
I really thought people would do.
no one's got the gap to do it, have they?
No, it might be that the softs aren't actually that much quicker, so that I don't think it's worth it. Oh, that's the floor.
Oh, that's the floor. I thought it was just
Ouch.
Singapore Sparks, but it's not.
No, that was heavy.
Yeah, that's not Singapore Sparks. Have either of you two gone to? Well, you've definitely gone to a race, isn't it, Sam? Yeah. Which track? Silverstone.
yeah.
I've done-
Hopefully going to Imola in May.
Oh,
We'll
nice.
see.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I've done Silverstone and Abu Dhabi.
Wow.
Amazing.
Which track do you want to do that you haven't done? I would say Brazil for me. Which is
Yeah,
random,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I
You
love
like-
the
you
Braz-
like-
I
you love
love
Interlagos, don't you? Yeah.
I love it.
Vegas.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? So I was
I
reading-
feel like Vegas, I'd end up spending all the money and then I'd have no money left for
Apparently,
any of
it's
the race
the-
when I want much.
It's 12 grand a night for a hotel room in Vegas
Yeah,
for
I'm
that
alright,
weekend.
I'm
For just a room, like
Yeah.
not like
a cupboard.
yeah, just like their back bog standard room, like
Yeah.
crazy money.
I'm feeling homeless.
Yeah.
So yeah, Perez is getting a bit annoyed at it. He's asking why can't I push, and they say you are free to push, but
But don't push harder than Max.
Yeah, but not that hard. Yeah, weird.
I don't know why he's getting
But what?
annoyed
But
really.
Is Perez going to follow team orders if they're telling him to calm it down, or is he going to take it into his own hands and go and win the race? What do you
I
predict?
can't imagine they're telling him anything. He's 4 points.
There's no need for
ahead.
With
anyone to
6 laps
intervene.
to
Here.
go.
Just bring it home
Very
1-2.
wide
Perez
there.
wins the race. I don't understand how there could be any conflict at Red Bull when you're leading the race 1-2, especially with the
you're
issues
so
that they
right.
had in
I don't. Max isn't going to catch him 6 laps at 4 seconds behind. He's not going to be able to knock off a second.
What's his gap
0.8 a
to
lap.
Alonso? His gap is massive, isn't it?
Yeah, 17 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so 17. Yeah, it's just,
They've basically locked the 1-2,
I
assuming
think
that
Red
the
Bull
car
are bored
survives.
and they're trying to create fake drama at Red Bull. They're bored and they want something to talk about.
Oh man.
This is why you need Latifi to throw it into the wall, because
Literally.
moments like this, they'll stop complaining now and they'll start talking about serious stuff.
Yeah, no crashes. Two DNFs, but no crashes. Actually, I'm really, it's a credit to how well they've been able to handle this difficult track to the drivers, really.
Next up, Australia, 6 a.m. start.
It's early, isn't it?
That's not even the worst one of the season.
Yeah, what is the
It's not the
worst?
earliest of the season, is it?
No,
Japan is the worst one. What is that, 5 o'clock start?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but
I think it is a 5 o'clock start for
I think Vegas is 6 o'clock because that's
It's not Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Sunday morning for us.
at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
So it'll be and they're 8 hours. So yeah, 6 a.m.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Everyone's going to be in the party zone. We're going to be asleep.
Yeah, I think they're going to pull this home now. Nice
Oh,
and
6 points for
comfortable.
Alpine. Sorry, 1-2-4 it goes, not 1-2.
Doubles up. It's nice. Everybody is together with their teams. Ferrari together,
Yeah, yeah.
Hamilton and Russell together, both the Red Bulls together. Would have maybe been Stroll and Alonso together. If
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've got to imagine it
well,
probably
likely,
would have
yeah.
been. Yeah.
Both the
Which is
Alpines
interesting 'cause
together.
Probably
both the
there's a
Hasses.
sense that they wouldn't have, which has been towards the second half of the race. There's been less fighting. I think
Yeah.
the teams have just been like, look, let's just
bring
let's
home
just
what we've got.
Wait and see what happens. There's no point, rinsing these tyres against each other. So this Tsunoda Magnussen fight is good.
Everybody's driving together.
I'm not keen on the look of the Haas car this year.
Nah, I prefer it to previous
Ooh,
years.
Really,
Baron, what's going on there?
That's
Norris
Norris on
taking-
Piastri.
It's just
bit of a
letting the
leadership.
rookie know.
Yeah, giving him
Hey,
his,
hey, rookie.
Excuse me.
giving his
Yeah,
authority.
excuse
I think.
moi.
Yeah, 5 laps to go here.
Yeah, Verstappen's massively dropped off now.
Yeah, Norris just wants
Yeah,
to make a
he's not
little statement in there. I thought he was ahead of him anyway, to be fair.
See the replay now.
See that again.
Was it Piastri?
It was Piastri on
went
Norris.
for
It has to be, isn't it?
Piastri got it.
Norris
Oh.
was ahead, yeah.
And then I think
I
Norris.
think Norris must.
Norris took it
yeah,
back.
Norris
Okay,
takes
yeah,
it back
'cause
on this straight.
Norris
Yeah.
was ahead of him in the first place.
Yeah, there you go.
He's taken it back, yeah.
Bit of fun.
That's what the cameras didn't show us. Piastri getting ahead. Great.
Yeah,
That's
he
the
got
inside
his
line.
elbows out, didn't he?
He really meant that. Like he was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"You're not.
Excuse
You
me.
are not finishing ahead of me.
Slow down.
Slow down there, buddy." Like he was like, "Piastri, you are not finishing ahead of me. Don't even try it.
Stuff on the radio again.
Know your place."
Never know what he says.
Piastri just tried to, just wanted to give it a go, test the
Ooh.
waters.
Magnussen's just got Tsunoda, so he's now in.
Oh wow!
Oh,
no, not for Tsunoda.
no.
Tsunoda's
That's
got the
so
DRS.
late on.
Tsunoda's taking it back.
Oh, he's taking it back. Go on.
Told you. P10.
Well done, Tsunoda. I actually kind of been rooting for him a bit this year. Oh, he's diving deep there.
Ah!
They're going back and forth for this last point.
Great racing.
Brilliant racing for that
Come on,
last
Yuki.
point spot. Tsunoda versus Magnussen.
Come on, Yuki. Go, 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 go.
Oh, Magnussen's closed the door and Tsunoda.
He's done well there, Magnussen. Done really well.
Wow.
Oh, Yuki could be a P11 again.
Again, can you imagine?
Oh, mate.
Faded
He's
just to
dropped
close
off a
it.
bit here as well.
Yeah.
Looked like a bit of a mistake there.
And do you think he's...
Oh, Yuki, mate.
Still in DRS, still in DRS.
What's he saying on radio?
Oh, I can't imagine he's...
broadcastable.
Yeah.
That swearing,
beep,
Yeah,
beep,
that was
swearing,
beep, beep.
I'd imagine, yeah.
Look, I think we all know what Tsunoda just said there. He's definitely swore
He's
a
out
few
of
times.
DRS now. That's good though for Haas. Great result.
He's
if they get a
definitely
point.
swore.
Driver of the day, I mean, I can't see any going to anybody else apart from Verstappen, really.
Yeah.
You know, climbing
But, again, it's
13
fan
places.
It is fan voted though, so I wouldn't rule out Alonso.
Yeah, well, actually, he's dropped
Yeah.
to place, Alonso.
But he's still in the podium. He's
People
still in the
like Alonso.
podium. And there's-
People like Alonso, yeah.
Yeah, he's a big fan favourite and he's in the podium. So I think...
I'll be shocked if it's anyone else other than Verstappen for driver of the day.
I don't think he'll get it because I don't think he's a favourite.
Really?
Yeah, he's not a favourite. He's very divisive, isn't he?
Yeah.
So I think unless he's won, I don't know. Like
He didn't get it last week, did he? Alonso got it
No,
last
no.
week,
I think Alonso's got that.
But yeah, I think
that would be my prediction actually.
Nah, 13 places.
Yeah.
Got to back Verstappen.
They don't
to
always
get
go
that.
with logic. They kind of go
they
with.
don't.
Yeah.
Actually, very. I think a lot.
Didn't
of people,
Kimi Räikkönen win it on his last race?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
16th.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of the time they actually
I'm
just
pretty sure Vettel won it.
They just
last
Yeah.
race last year.
troll.
It's a bit pointless, really. The driver doesn't really offer anything, does it?
Just engagement with the viewers.
Although it does for fantasy points, unbelievably.
Does
Does
it?
it?
Yeah,
didn't know
I'm
that.
sure it does.
Can we all vote Joe? You got time.
Crazy.
Perfect race, Perez, then, isn't it? Obviously,
Yeah.
lost the lead at the
Pole and
start,
pole.
but then
Yeah.
Pole and win.
from there.
I'm glad I backed Perez to hold that
You
position.
did. You've nailed this.
We all backed him
I've
actually.
nailed
we
that top
all
three.
backed first. Yeah, you've got all.
I've got the whole top three right.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
didn't get.
Yeah, that's
Merckx.
impressive. That.
Didn't get Merckx finishing that high.
I was one off from the Gasly prediction, unless you.
But I'm happy with that. Perez to win, Verstappen second.
Russell's on
Alonso
the radio.
third.
Did you call him 8th,
I
Gasly?
did, yes. P8 for Gasly, P9 there. What's Russell saying?
Russell on team radio.
Yeah, those Mercedes have massively backed off, haven't they? Like we thought they'd be
Yeah,
attacking each
They're not
other.
pushing anymore, isn't it?
No, they're
Those
just.
medium tyres have lasted for ages.
It's literally no fights outside
I
of
can't
that
believe.
10th position.
Yeah.
I can't believe how well he's
the
held those
Alpines are not
tyres.
fighting the Ferraris are not fighting the Mercedes, and Mercedes are not fighting Alonso.
Seems
or-
like everyone's just a bit.
Everybody's just
happy
content with what they've got, yeah.
yeah.
They'll be Mercedes will be absolutely buzzing with that result.
Yeah.
A 4-5.
We don't see this often where literally just everybody's just
No.
content.
Yeah,
Everybody's
yeah.
just not content. Obviously, Ferrari will not be content, but
Yeah.
everybody's just done
but
now.
everyone's
They're
just like, there's a huge gap between
Yeah.
everyone, like other than Norris.
Yeah.
and
it's all the
Piastri
teams
and
together.
Sargent.
Like
Hulkenberg's pulled away massively from. Oh, sorry, not Magnussen's pulled away.
Yeah.
From
Tsunoda.
Oh, Yuki 11-11.
I think the thing is, we've said it
Oh,
before.
man.
Yuki's weakness is he's a good driver, but once he gets angry and he loses concentration, if
There
he's
was a
being
little snap.
he
as
does
was-
snap, yeah. Then he kind of loses it, and he doesn't
just loses his focus
regain.
a bit.
Yeah, he doesn't
He'll
regain.
take that. I know it's disappointing to get P11, but like, seeing where they were last year, like,
Yeah,
Wow.
but I know 2 races in a row,
yeah,
isn't it?
no
P11.
points
it's just-
again for McLaren.
Just tough.
What's happened there? Is that
I think
the,
the McLaren's overtaken each other.
Yeah, I think they've
Is that
inverted
Piastri
themselves, haven't they?
overtaken Norris again?
Yeah.
He has.
I
Oh,
just-
okay. Rookie wants to talk. Let's go to production.
All right, just a small bit for me before the end of the race. Russell's engineers after telling them to push because there could be another possible 5-second penalty for Alonso. I haven't found out what yet, but that's what they're saying at Mercedes.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I wonder.
Which means that Russell, in theory, could jump on that podium
Yeah. Yeah.
because he is within the 5-second.
Well, that's for Alonso. Like he hasn't.
What has he done?
I wonder what that's for.
No idea.
Did he serve the 5-second penalty properly?
Well,
I think we would have found out by now.
Yeah.
And it'd be a 10-second if that
Yeah.
was the case. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't maybe.
done
I've no
enough,
idea.
well, as it stands, then Russell would jump on a podium.
Yeah. Wait and see. But it hasn't even said he's been investigated, so I don't know where the Mercedes.
Oh, there we are.
garage has
Radio-
got-
radio.
Oh,
there
he's
we go.
back on the
So
radio.
they're now saying you might have a penalty. Get your foot down.
Yeah, well, he'd have to get his foot down, wouldn't he?
Yeah. I'm just struggling to think what he could possibly have got a
I
penalty for.
do not remember a single
Yeah.
thing.
It's nothing with seeing,
I've
is
never really
it?
seen him, to be honest.
No.
There's Perez coming
Not
into.
not allowed to serve under the safety car, possibly.
Oh.
The penalty.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Ooh.
Surely they.
Can you?
I don't know, but surely they would have known that. Like, well, and surely that would have come up already. Like,
Well,
unless
you-
Mercedes had planned to process that afterwards,
Yeah.
you'd think the FIA would have already told them.
Well, he's right on the cusp of
yeah,
it.
he's
Yeah.
going to get his foot down now.
He really is on the cusp of it.
Unlikely podium for.
Are they both on the same tyre?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Some person I don't know, about to wave the flag. So yeah, into the final lap, Perez has won this by an absolute mile, 7 seconds ahead of
Yeah.
Verstappen. Great race from
Great
Perez.
race for Perez,
Got
yeah.
the job done.
Had a little
Obviously
bit of
lost it in the
brain
start,
fart
but
at the
Russell
beginning,
back on the radio as
yeah,
well here.
recovered.
Yeah, I mean, look, you've got to say again, frankly, it's an absolute Red Bull masterclass.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, Ferrari disaster class, and really it came down to Lance Stroll DNFing at the exact right time for Red Bull and the exact wrong time for the Ferraris, and that has really been the most defining moment of this race. But we've seen some unbelievable overtaking today. The way that Verstappen has flown up that grid, 13 places, is incredible, and Perez has done a beautiful job to hold on to first. So no, fair play.
Quick car and strategy on point in the end. A little bit of luck, but a lot of
Verstappen
luck.
looks like he's going for the quickest lap now. He's just set a fastest set to 1.
A purpose is it just what
Snatch out a point
he's
off
just
his
got.
teammate.
He's just got that about him, hasn't he? He goes,
Yeah,
"No, I
I
want
like
it." No.
I might need that point when it's 400
No,
ahead.
I'd like 19, not 18, and you can have 25, not
I'd like to beat
26.
you at the end of
Yeah.
the season by 300 points.
Yeah.
299. Yeah, I'll see if he does it. That'll be probably the most interesting part of the last 10 minutes.
The race started
This is
off so
Perez.
dramatic,
Yeah.
ended so
Yeah.
I mean, in Ferrari's defence, usually they shoot themselves in the foot. but I
Oh,
don't
Russell
think-
has just gone outside of the 5 seconds, so Alonso would actually keep it if he has this penalty.
Perez, is he over
Who's
the
going to
line?
get the fastest
He's
lap?
going very slowly.
Max gets the
Verstappen
fastest
gets
lap.
the fastest lap.
Of course he
Of
does.
course he does, yeah.
So yeah, Perez wins.
Fair
Perez,
play, because
Yeah,
you called
season
that.
nailed that.
Perez
Fair
wins.
play. You called it. You
Yeah.
called that 3 order.
Wow.
That's good. I was pretty close though with Carlos Sainz coming in 6th. So you
He's
know,
new third.
don't write me off, guys.
So, yeah. Alonso just about
Happy
keeps his
days.
podium position.
Yeah, we think so. Yeah.
If he
Yeah,
gets that
even if he
penalty,
gets the penalty, it's
he's
over
just
5
about got
seconds.
it,
So,
which is good. I think he deserves it
Yeah,
for the race that,
yeah.
he's had.
You don't want to see someone lose
And he's
out.
already
on
had a
podium.
penalty as well, yeah.
You don't want to see someone lose out on a podium because of
No.
technicality. It's just, again, that would have been his fault. Like his
Yeah.
team should have known that.
Yeah, yeah.
If that is the case.
really tough on Yuki. Really
Very
tough on
tough on
Yuki.
Yuki, yeah, finishing outside the top 10 again for the second race in a row. That whole top 10 just
battle,
became a
yeah.
formality in the end. Didn't really have to even talk about the Alpines. There was no fighting going on between them either. They just kind of just took
Job
it home.
done really. So no, Piastri's going to finish ahead of Norris.
And that whole
And
conversation
Sargent.
about Leclerc and Sainz kind of fizzled out as well because Leclerc didn't even...
When was the last time Norris finished behind his teammate?
Norris is going to push on Sargent here. He's not going to. Doesn't look like he's going to make it stick.
Oh yeah, Norris. Yeah.
Norris is going to finish behind his teammate for the first time in a
Yeah.
long time, as far as I can remember. Obviously, not including DNFs.
But
Yeah,
that's
and
Ricardo
that's-
before, yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't really happen, did it?
I
Do you
can't
know
remember off the top of my head. I might be completely wrong, but
Maybe once or twice.
Haas will be happy to score a point on the board.
Yeah.
First of the season, really big for them. We talk a lot about that. What that 1 point can mean. You know, you can then
So
go
is it
3
just-
races without a point.
it's just McLaren and AlphaTauri now without any points, isn't it?
Yeah, did Albon get one last week?
last
Yeah,
one,
Albon
yeah.
got one, yeah. Williams have already got one,
Haas now have
surprisingly.
got one.
It's really tough.
Alfa Romeo
Yeah.
have got one, isn't it? Last race.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
a shout, didn't
Bottas
they?
grabbed one, I
was in,
think,
yeah.
didn't he?
Bottas
Yeah.
was
Just got into it.
P8 or P9.
Yeah, he did really well.
P8, I think it was.
So
That
yeah,
could be
just
their only
AlphaTauri
point for a
and,
while, actually, Alfa Romeo, because they didn't look quick today,
Yeah.
really, did they?
No.
I think
We didn't
Bottas
speak
pitted
about
very early, didn't
Alfa Romeo once.
It's like a joke that we, you know,
just a
what
joke
I mean?
that
like,
we do this on purpose.
We've got their colours, but we don't ever, we don't ever talk about them.
Forgot Alfa Romeo was even racing.
Yeah, you just got to step back and clap what Red Bull have done there, really.
Yeah.
I mean, what
So they went
driver
to
of the
Max.
day,
Driver of the
yeah.
day, he gets it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair enough.
Okay,
13
fair enough.
overtakes.
Yeah.
People got that spot on.
Only 26% of the vote.
To be fair, that's about standard. Like,
Yeah.
you're rarely going to see more than that.
Quarter.
Except when it was Kimi Räikkönen, he got
Yeah,
74 or something ridiculous, yeah. No, fair play.
Last lap for Max, so lots of fancy fireworks.
Cool, those fireworks are
Yeah,
good.
really nice fireworks.
Someone's massive Mexican goal.
Big win for Perez this early in the season.
Yeah,
To get a win
one.
on the
Yeah.
board already.
That is
I mean, he
big.
didn't do anything wrong, did he?
No,
Set
that's
pole.
really good. Hopefully that gives him some confidence for the rest of the season to really kick on. Because last
Yeah.
season he was a little bit under
Wonder
scrutiny,
what's-
wasn't he?
Wonder what's going on here. They've left. Oh, Max has gone into the pits for some reason. Not lined up.
Yeah,
on
that
his,
is weird.
Not lined up with his spot. So
Fuming with second.
I'm not coming out.
Yeah.
That is weird. I wonder. He must.
Unless
have,
I go first, I'm not coming out.
Yeah, that is weird.
Massive
Wonder what
for
the reason
Perez.
for that
man.
is.
Massive,
Anyway,
massive
Alonso's
win.
coming up now. Hopefully, Paris doesn't jump in the way of his car.
Massive win for
Yeah.
Perez. Huge.
It's
Celebrate.
huge.
Huge
Big
win.
fist bumps.
Yeah, huge win for Perez.
Yeah, I had my questions about him early on in
Alonso there again.
in the
Double
season.
podium.
Yeah, double
When was
podium
the last
for
time
Alonso.
that happened?
Crazy.
Really
Big,
impressive.
Big
Yeah.
results here.
Gives his engineers big hug.
Wow.
Not even seeing the Ferraris. It's just
No.
they're irrelevant.
Yeah. Yeah, put that safety car.
What's the Man United score?
I don't know, what is the Man United score? Do I want to know? 3-1 to United. Yes. That makes me feel a bit better.
Silver linings.
Silver linings indeed. You're going to Wembley.
Yeah.
Yeah, semi-finals.
Yeah, because they play this. I don't get that.
So,
Playing the
I
semis
don't
at
like
Wembley.
it. I'd actually like the Millennium Stadium to be at the semi-finals, but as well.
Yeah, just like
Cardiff, just
I
make
feel
it
like
different.
it sort of
Give it
just
a big
makes the
stadium,
final
yeah.
less of a
Yeah,
less of a
that's
thing.
cool. Money, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, celebrated the team. What a big jump. Always gone over the barrier.
Oh, he's broken a leg. Yeah, massive.
No,
Josh's
fair.
dad.
He was,
Max's
yeah,
dad,
it was
they're
not.
like, well done.
Yeah. No, I think that's really impressive.
I'm happy. I'm happy actually to see that because I'm very much pushing for this Red Bull. If they're going to dominate, I'm pushing for some sort of conflict,
A fight.
Some sort of fight, competition between the drivers at least to keep it interesting. And one win each definitely does that.
Doesn't look happy.
No, he's not.
He's just gone up 13 places,
He's not
come
happy.
second in a Grand Prix, and got the and fastest lap,
Yeah.
and he looks really moody.
Yeah, he didn't
Never
do
not happy
14.
to win though, is he?
No.
do 14. Is Christian Horner even happy? That's not Max, is it? Damn.
No, that's
Damn
Checo, yeah. yeah.
Why did you win, Sergio?
Yes, Max. What? Oh, sorry, Sergio. Yeah, we'll see you in a minute, mate. Yeah, busy right now. So I'm just tying Max's shoelaces right now. I'll speak to you later.
It's okay, Max. Don't worry. It's going to be okay, buddy. All right, we'll win the next one.
Yeah,
Christian Horner's just in Max's
literally.
garage.
Yeah.
Guys, we need to win today. So Perez's team's just looking at him like, are we not all on the same team? Wow, my goodness. Well, let's go through some comments to
Let's
finalise. Game over. I don't know if they're talking about Man United, they're talking about the drivers.
It's just going to make the season, lads.
Well, they're talking about the constructors and the drivers.
Well, is it constructors?
Oh, yeah.
Oh god.
Is it game over for the
You
season?
know what? Yeah, the
What
fact
happened?
that it's so competitive between Aston Martin, Ferrari, and Mercedes is going to work in Red Bull's favour. So,
Oh, big time, yeah.
so it's going to be everybody's going to be dropping points, and like I said, it feels like a midfield battle almost. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough.
Alonso walking by.
Yeah.
Wow.
Another podium for Alonso. Good result.
Buzzing for Alonso.
Must be third in the championship standings, I guess.
Alonso's he's F1 heritage and he's Mercedes powered, so I feel like I can root for that.
I really do.
That's some code.
I'm clutching at straws here. And they got a
Coping
similar
mechanism.
colour scheme, you know. I can see Mercedes there if I try. If I squint really, you know, I can definitely see something.
It would have been really interesting to see if Stroll had gone a few laps later and the Ferraris, earlier, and the Ferraris hadn't pitted, to see up and about where Leclerc sits in that, because he basically got kind of messed up by the timings of it. Is he up there on the podium? If he has the same.
I think Alonso added a lot of pace, didn't he?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Of those Aston Martins. That's why I'm so.
Depends on those pit times, though, doesn't
That's why I'm
it?
so annoyed for Stroll, because I really think Stroll could have pushed today.
He's going to get a podium at Stroll at some point. He's got to get a podium at some point.
100% going to get a podium. Got no doubts about that now.
Look at that happy man. He is a happy
He
man,
loves it,
Fernando
doesn't he?
Alonso.
He made that big move to leave Alpine. Everybody thought it was for money. But
Could be the best decision of his career.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
Famous. Oh, it's 100th career podium.
Wow, yeah, of course, God. And he went about 3 or 4 years without getting one, didn't he?
Yeah, I think 2021 was his last
Oh,
one.
was it? Okay.
Yeah, but then before that, it was a huge gap. Obviously, he retired for a brief
Yeah.
period, but
He loves that car. He really does. Verstappen just telling Perez that you should have let me by.
Yeah.
I was 4 seconds behind. I was right up your arse. Like, come on, move.
Yeah, not forgetting that Perez lost that place
yeah, right at the
to
start.
Alonso.
Yeah.
And won it back. I mean, the car.
Yeah,
superior,
it was a shock. It was a shocking start from Perez, but after that, he recovered it very, very well to get back in front, and because that could have been. I mean, it was the 5 seconds as well that didn't help for Alonso, did it?
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. I think he lost that spot on the grid before he even took the penalty. So crazy. Wow.
No, not bad overall.
Well,
Fair play.
There we are. Well, that's it, guys. The Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Perez takes the win. Red Bull 1-2. Alonso on the podium as well. And when it comes to Ferrari and Mercedes, it looks like they're going to have to deal with the new reality of life, which is Aston Martin are here to stay. You know, said this track might be a little bit less of a track for them because it was different, and clearly they
They flew. They flew. Well, Alonso flew, but
Alonso
Stroll
flew
was
and Stroll
flying.
was flying before the DNF. So once they get the reliability there as well, could be crazy. Joe, final thoughts, bro, before we wrap up?
Yeah, I mean, well, I said it was career-ending for Carlos Sainz, didn't I?
think
But he
you-
did. Yeah.
A Chilli for Joe?
Oh no, what's that? I don't think so.
No,
Is it? Is it?
I know I'm not.
Next time, all right, yeah, next time. We'll start the race with it. No, I said at the beginning, if Carlos Sainz didn't hold his position against Leclerc, and he did hold his position against Leclerc, but you know, by the skin of his teeth, limping home, really. Very, very poor. Very, very poor from Carlos Sainz, and Leclerc did a good job to fight his way through the pack, and then got stung with the bad timing of the Stroll dropping out. So overall for Ferrari, not good.
Not good. Yeah. Sam, what did you make of it? Gasly, your boy.
He did all right, yeah.
Quiet race.
Good day for Alpine. Double point scoring, especially after the last race. And yeah, like job done for Red Bull again, isn't it? I think, and I'm not surprised that the podium was how it was in the end. I mean, it's a pretty standard race, really. It seems
very
like
standard in the end. It was an exciting start, but then it kind of just petered out into
I suppose we didn't see more safety cars, and obviously both.
Yeah.
The safety car was caused by a mechanical issue rather than a crash. But I mean, just good news for Red Bull, really, which has been since the start of 2022, really.
Yeah. Troubles still continue for McLaren as well. Loads of random pit stops there for Lando Norris at the start of this race. Yeah. Good day for Mercedes. Tough for Tsunoda, I'd say, is what I would.
11, really
final thoughts on Tsunoda. Definitely tough for him to get 11th again and not get a point, but I'm sure that point's coming up soon. Guys, make sure that you smash up the likes and subscribe. On Track GP will be back. Of course, the Australian Grand Prix is next for us, and at 6 a.m. start. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think we've got a full house as well. It's going to be insane. It's going to be a watch party, I've heard. For some reason, everybody's dying to be at the 6 a.m. They're like, yes, give us a 6 a.m. I think Don Robbie's even joining us as well.
Really? Yeah.
So it's going to be insane. But yeah, until then, big up your damn selves. In a bit, people. Peace.